And that's where tadpoles come from. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yuck! I can't believe you say that.
Just thanks for stopping by, guys. Welcome to Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction on the Games Tavern. We're excited that you're here, and we're so glad that you're here too. Please hit that sub button if you aren't already, and enjoy the show every time it comes out. As we kick off today, I think we've got some amazing announcements and a great show in store. Let's see if the action meets the intent. But first, I think we have some statements from Alex.
Me? From little old me?
Oui, et toi?
Oh my gosh. Well, good thing. Because I want to talk to you guys about candles, as I often do. Hey, do you want your nerdy space to smell nerdy, but like in a good way, in a compliment kind of way? You should totally check out some mythology candles. Between fantasy stuff and history stuff, they have smells for all kinds of experiences. Don't you love that? If you want something that smells very middle earthy, they have that. If they want something that's very ancient Egypt or Celtic or heck, even cottagecore, they got a collection for that too. They are 8 ounces, or they also sell small ones of 2 ounces, but their deluxe versions have wooden wicks that can burn for over 50 hours. I've been a longtime buyer of them, and I can vouch that these candles last for heckin' ever. Today, you can't participate. You're not here with me, but from their D&D collection, I'll be burning You're Lost in a Forest, which is meant to smell like evergreen boughs and needles crackling under your foot, shadows cloaking the way before you, and a light mist of citrus. So I'm going to light this. And in addition, I'm maybe possibly giving one away. I don't want to step on anyone's ground, though. If you're interested in your very own mythology candles, you should totally check them out. The D&D collection is currently sold out, but as of today, they just brought back their Renaissance Fair collection. 6 candles, all inspired by Renaissance fairs. So they have a lot of earthy smells to them, very refreshing, vanillas, that kind of thing. Check them out. Check our link. That way you can support us while you support a small business.
Wow, so cool. Those are really nice candles. And what if I told you, Alex, that the easiest way to get one of these candles right now for free is to just type in Epic in the chat. That easy. Exclamation point Epic gives you 1 raffle ticket to win a mythology candle. That's right. All you got to do is type exclamation point Epic. I've said it 3 times now. You should have done it already. All you have to do to win the raffle is enter and be a resident of US or Canada, not including Quebec. They did a lot of stuff in the candle business. They tried to step on some people's toes. Candle war is a real thing. It's Candle Keep, the whole thing. There's a lot of mystery around it. Anyway, you must be a follower to enter. So please, like Reed said, hit that subscription button. It costs you nothing and it really helps us out. So yeah, make sure you're here at the end to get that candle so we can reach out to you and find out where to send it.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, and one other thing. Don't forget to like the streams and leave comments so that other people can help find them. So your comments do matter and they help other people find this amazing stream. So okay. Where do we go from here? Okay, and that's when everybody died.
What?
The tentacle arachnid people rose from the ground, and
that wasn't supposed to happen until next episode, Reed.
Lethal tadpoles. They launched lethal tadpoles.
Were we supposed to
about this? No. Oh wait, that's the other game. All right, so this game. There's the sound. I love it. Seagulls and coastal water lapping at the beach. Where we last left off, the party had made a number of massive discoveries. Rafe has discovered, much to his shock, that not only is his father a sea elf, not only is his father a king of a sea elf kingdom, but his father is also Saychelles, one of the elven gods themselves.
And a crab.
Well, he can take the form of one, yes. And a dapper crab at that, I might add. Additionally, several questions were answered and little nuggets of knowledge were dropped. What was it they called you, Sim?
The child of the Ardi?
Child
Our
of the
Deep
Our
Forest.
Deep Forest, yes. Luciano, you got a tattoo.
I got 2.
You got 2 tattoos because you got one for free and you got one for free,
Yep.
right? And what's the best one you got?
The mug for sure.
Okay, and the second best one?
It's a music tattoo. It's pretty cool. Like it powers up my spells or whatever. It's fine. But the other one gives me a mug. Like,
Priorities.
you tell me which one's better.
Vale, what'd you get?
I got a cool tattoo in my right arm that says the quill is mightier than the sword, and then I can use it to basically write it at any time.
Exactly. And Turja, what did you get?
I got a tattoo for an eye for dark vision.
Okay, so it helps you see in the dark occasionally. Okay.
Yes.
And Rafe, in addition to finding out that you are now a prince of the Sea Elves, and a lovely title at that, you also got the boon of immortality and the boon of, what do they call it? The Stormborn. Kinda wild. The seas are roiling with storms, and that is your gift as of now. At that point, you're possibly questioning everything you believed you were from Gond. I'm sure that's going to be really challenging. As you came upon your back onto the island, the sun was coming up. Lovely red and purple clouds showing in the morning light. And you went to bed. Eventually, after a little bit of conversation. Some memories of a friend lost. Discussions of what the future may or may not hold, and a couple other things too. It is now hours later. The afternoon sun is starting to wane, and you are waking up from your various different places. Rafe, you wake up in your tent. It's the sound of seagulls that wake you. Sim, where do you wake up?
Goodness, I actually think I woke up or I fell asleep next to Luciano on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys fell asleep on the beach?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, ocean breeze, nice air. It's been great.
Make a constitution check for sunburn.
Oh no!
I'm not very fair skinned, so
17.
in Constitution.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Luckily, you fell asleep under the grove of some palms, and you're shielded mostly from the sun.
Oh yeah.
Turja, where do you wake up?
In a tent.
In your own tent? Okay.
Yep.
Vale?
I'm sitting in like a beach chair, kind of watching the sunrise, and I've got Garlo's glaive in my hand. And as the sun rises, I've been attuning to it to make it my second Eldritch Knight attuned weapon.
The artist long since left to get sleep and recover into the ocean while you were sitting there talking. A deep connection, at least over art and rapport, was built. James fell asleep in his tent as well. Rafe, sorry. You wake up to the seagulls, but then you hear the stumbling around of James as he's grabbing up things and immediately setting back out onto the beach. A small fire has been lit. Some seafood appears to be cooking, and there are a couple sea elves that are helping out with that. Preparing your morning breakfast, or your evening dinner, if you will. Your morning, the real evening.
Okay. The real evening.
Yeah, it's starting to move into evening, but for you guys, you're all waking up for the first time that day. So, if it
That's
matters,
evening.
you've all had a long rest.
It always matters.
Mm-hmm. Please click on your character sheets accordingly.
Won't let that pass by. Absolutely. Okay, poor Lucy. Probably wakes up with like a sim elbow.
Yeah.
In your like in your cheek, right? Just
Oh God.
And Luciano, to make it worse, like your horn's kind of buried into the sand from behind you.
Ooh. Oh,
And you're
God.
waking up to the feeling of high tide coming in as the beach that was really long before is now shorter.
oh, okay, this is fine. We should probably go someplace else, huh?
Yeah, this probably wasn't the best place to sleep anyway.
Alright, yeah, okay, let's go find people.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
you
kind of
guys
shudder at the thought of being around anybody.
do smell in the distance the light crackling smell of delicious seafood being cooked.
I am there.
I am too.
As you come out to your various different sections, you gather around the fire, and James is standing there. Ugh. I think I categorized at least 3 new breeds of seaweed.
Why? Luciano's just like so confused.
It's an amazing find. There's so many different things.
Do you want
Bravo,
to stay?
sir.
Doesn't matter.
Seems like you're having a great time here, James.
Oh.
Yeah, so far it's not been bad. And I have to say, my most unexpected discovery has been, and that's when he freezes. And there's a thwack. And looking down right through his chest, there is a long... Sim's like on bated breath, so I'm not sure what she's thinking. A long bladed javelin.
Yeah, that doesn't look great.
And,
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are we confused by?
and then a second one. And at that moment, you hear in the distance a loud horn blow of some sort, a sea horn. And frothing on the horizon is met as you on the beach revealed where you guys are. James falls back. The sea elves that are there, obviously not set up for combat, and immediately hightail it deeper into the island on the other side. And standing on the beach before you
Great, your people suck.
appears to be a great deal of large kind of combination of fish and men, similar to what you saw taking down the pirate ship not only a few days ago. On the horizon, though, you see frothing, a massive surge of them all over the place. And you see sea elf warriors rising up and fighting them off, or at least attempting to, from the city. This appears to be a surface and underwater assault on the sea elf kingdom.
To arms.
These creatures are coming for you.
I think as the first javelin, Luciano's definitely looking like, what the fuck? And he sees them as the second javelin, I feel like, is coming in, and I want to do like the what is it, the Jack Sparrow, like run away, just like frantic running on the beach away from where these people are.
Roll for initiative, everyone.
Okay.
Okay. Simmering. Rapid reaction. You see James thud down. What are you doing?
Oh, we're gonna cast Cure Wounds on James Boy.
Okay.
Make sure that he's okay. So
James is dead.
He's down. He's down.
With the cure wounds, he's down, dead.
He's dead.
Well, fine.
Oh,
I guess I won't cure wounds. Thanks for saving me a spell slot.
kick him.
You go to cast and you see the glassy eyes and realize that's it for him.
Shame. Okay. Turning to see this massive attack coming, seeing our nerd dead in the sand, I'd like to rage and move forward.
Okay.
Listen, I hope I can rage and attack at the same time. We're gonna find out. Oh no, I can't. I don't have enough distance. That's all right. Someone will hit me. We'll go about this far. I only can move 30.
What weapons are in your hand?
My hatchet's in hand.
Okay. All right. Vale, what are you doing?
I am going up alongside Sim.
Are you wearing your armor?
Yes.
Okay.
Still under the effects of tireless there. Was just
Okay.
chilling. Sim, do you need a longsword?
Yeah, give it to me. Why not? Let's go.
All right. I bonus action up my moon blade and hand it to you.
Free reaction. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
So now you are dual wielding a longsword and a hand axe. Okay. Wicked combo.
Let's go.
And Vale, what are you now carrying in your one hand?
Glaive +1, the one that Garlo wielded.
Okay. Anything
And,
else you're doing?
No, I'm done.
All right. Luciano.
Yeah, so as mentioned before, I'm gonna like run across. Just like I want to get away from where the body went down. And you said James was near us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm definitely just like bolting across. So I'm moving just to the other end. And I want to I'm gonna go ahead and do fairy fire.
What's the range of fairy fire?
60 feet, please. And
Okay.
Oop, that's me. In there, I'm gonna use my fancy little. Oh, there it is. Okay, did get it. Aha. Try to cast it right here.
Okay.
And it is a. Dex 15, please.
Next 15. All right. Let's see what we got here.
I quickly just on my my little lyre. It was just instinct at this point. I'm not even.
And the last
Why
one.
should we have breakfast in peace?
Okay. All except for one of them have been fairy fired. Let's see here. Hold on a sec. Okay. Okay. And what is next after you? Rafe, what are you doing?
Oh, can I do one more since I have my bonus?
Yes, you can.
I just want to bard up Cimarine. I'm just gonna like give her a little bit of a bardic inspiration. Yell, "You got this! Kill them, please, quickly! I want to eat." It's a very selfish inspiration.
A very shellfish inspiration.
Exactly.
I gotta go.
No, we're done. We're not doing that today.
I'll be in my trailer.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Let's see here. All right. Very good with the fairy fire.
You want me to drop that off the screen?
No.
Okay, cool.
Actually, yeah, you can pull that. You can pull that now. That's all been marked. So all but one of them were impacted. The one that was furthest away did not get impacted. However, they now move in, and they are moving the fullness of the pain that they can move everybody in. So
Am I supposed to take my turn? Yes or no?
Oh, I'm sorry, Rafe. Did I skip you? Yes, I did. I will shut up and let you go now. Go ahead, Rafe.
Prince.
I'm just gonna get close to Vale and Sim and cast Mage Armor.
Okay. Mage armor yourself up. All right. All right. And with that, now, do you have a bonus action? Anything else you're going to do, Rafe?
No, I don't.
Okay. At that, the horrible creatures will rush forward, and they will fall just short in some cases. In others, they're going to start stacking and racking into position. They are here to create as much death and carnage as possible, and it's entirely likely that they are coming for Rafe, because you see them converge on him and they start yelling and pointing in the general direction of Rafe. All right, and Turja, what are you doing?
As I see James go down, I yell and I feel horrible about it. And then I look and I see where the javelins came from, and I run over to. Oh, I'm on the wash mode. No wonder I can't move my character. I move over to cover, and I pull out my crossbow, and I take a shot at number 6.
Sagan number 6.
Yes.
All right. Please don't use numbers. Just describe their positions. And
the one that's in between.
I see it.
and
I see it
Simmering.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Take your shots. Oh, I'm
And-
sorry. I forgot to let the Sagan attack.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
hoping you'd continue to forget to let the Sagan attack.
No. We can't do that.
I kind of need them to. Just a little bit.
All right. Hold on 1 second here. Does a 19 hit you, Sim?
No.
Okay. You take a 2 points of piercing damage as it bites down.
But it's half too.
Yeah.
It swings its spear around.
Real quick. Was that half?
That's half. If you're raged, yes, of course. 17. Does that hit you?
Yes.
You take 7 points of piercing damage, halved if you're raging. Good to be a rager. Yeah. See, the pun there was rager.
Was rager?
Yeah. I'll just.
Well, we should. That's a good
I'll see
merch right
myself
there.
out.
That's a good merch shirt.
Yeah.
With
yeah.
your kids visiting you, Reed, you can't avoid the dad jokes.
Yeah.
It just comes out naturally.
It does. It does. It's where the magic happens. So, does a 20 hit you? Them.
Yes.
Dirty 20. Not a nat 20. You take 2 points, halved, of piercing damage as it bites at you. And with both hands, it's taking a mighty swing, but only scores an 8. And I'm assuming that's going to miss.
Yes, that one does miss.
Okay. All right. And then the front one here sees you with the glaive and does not throw its spear at you, Vale. Instead stands its ground. All right, Turja. Now what are you doing for your shooting?
Now I scream at the sight of James's death, and I see the CLs or whatever they are, the sea squid fish thing. And I run to the trees for cover, and I pull out my crossbow, and I take a shot at the one that's in between Vale and Cimmerian.
The one in between the Vale and Cimmerian. Okay, good call.
And
your
I
shot.
try, since I'm going to try using my sharpshooter, because I get
Okay.
advantage on this guy because he has fairy fire, right?
That is true. All right. Roll for
Dirty
advantage.
20.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20 is a hit.
And then sneak attack. 34 piercing damage.
I would say that worked, and you killed him instantly. Bonk. Vale was charging forward with his glaive ready to go and watches it go and hit the ground. All right. Anything else for your bonus actions or anything else?
Disengage. I use hide.
Okay, so you're gonna hide in the cover.
Pretty much. And I have the cloak of elvenkind.
You do.
Yeah.
You're gonna
So
pull
I
the
hide
hood
really
up as a
well.
bonus action.
Sorry.
You're gonna pull the hood up as a bonus action.
Yes.
Because hide is a bonus action. Pulling the
Sorry.
hood up
Then
is a bonus
yes. Oh wait, no. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action, not a bonus action.
action. Okay.
Sorry.
Turn
Then
over.
I'll just hide.
Yeah. Okay. At that point, one of them does some kind of guttural, bubbling, gurgling, and from the water froths up this large. You don't know how to describe it other than eel with legs that can walk, and it's rushing around and immediately takes the place of the one that fell. Sagan that fell. It literally runs over him. And it's snapping. It looks like it's going to go after Vale. And with that, Cimmerian, you are now firmly engaged with two of these beasts that have obviously scratched you a bit. And they seem to be going into a frenzy at the sight of your blood. What are you going to do?
All right, well, they're too close to actually toss my hatchet, so I think the first attack will be with my hatchet, aiming hopefully shoulder, neck, somewhere soft and like landy.
Soft and juicy.
Yeah.
You're going to attack the one to your left or your right?
One to my left.
Okay.
Damn. An 8. I have my bardic inspiration though.
I would suggest you use it.
Okay, that's it.
28, I
Wait,
believe.
you have
Oh, you
advantage.
also have
Oh, I
advantage
have
because
advantage.
of
Okay,
fairy
advantage
fire.
first. Advantage first.
Yeah, let's roll that advantage there.
For 15.
Okay.
15 does hit.
Okay. So we got that. We're gonna go ahead and do damage with the hand axe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
We'll go ahead and add in my the dreadful strike damage as well, which is 1d4 psychic.
Okay.
Stack it up. We got this.
Big number, big number.
4 slashing, 6 total, or 2 psychic, I should say.
Okay.
I want to leave the hatchet there.
You're gonna
and
leave it in
then-
him.
Huh?
You're gonna leave it in him.
I'm gonna leave it in him,
Okay.
so that way I can two-hand my longsword. And as
Oh!
my second attack,
I'm gonna give you some cool factor for this. Go for it. Yeah.
for my second attack, 'cause I can't do a two-handed, but it is my second attack. I'm gonna sweep down the other way with
Okay.
it.
It's kind of reeling from that hit.
With advantage, 14.
14 hits.
Okay, and then our longsword, moon touch longsword, for 13 slashing. As it like arcs through.
It's been hacked up good, and it's like holding on and trying to pull the hand axe out, and it can't quite do it. It's bleeding pretty profusely.
Leave my friends alone!
So fierce. so ragey. So fierce. Okay. Do you have any other bonus actions or actions?
Nope. I think that
Offhand
that's
attack.
no,
bonus
because I don't have
action.
2 light weapons. I learned a little bit more about two-handed fighting. It has to be 2
Yeah.
light hand weapons,
Okay.
which is why we
Um,
also left the hatchet in the neck.
That is correct. Okay. Staying in position.
Staying
Anything
in
else as a
position.
bonus action?
Nope,
Hunter's
we'll stay
mark,
right there.
anything?
No.
Okay.
That's what we got.
Vale. What you got?
So this might be a bad time, Sim, but where is the Ardeat Forest? As I move forward, wielding the glaive, I'm going after the war eel that charged up to us. And
Okay.
trying to pierce it. 11, no?
An 11 does not.
Okay.
You have advantage against this one?
No, this
Does
was a
not.
fresh add.
Oh, damn it.
Second attack. 19 hit.
19 does hit.
Okay, for 13 magical slashing. And then I'm going to drop my action surge here. That's a free action. And attack 2 more times with the glaive on the war eel.
Okay.
24 to hit.
24 definitely hits.
All right, for 10 magical slashing.
Oh, it
And
hurts.
the last attack. Come on, Garlo, guide the blade. This is 16.
16 hits.
All right. For 12 magical slashing.
Ooh, you hack into this thing, and it's you definitely and put in some large gashes. This thing is big and it's tough, and it's thrashing about, and it's not dead at all.
Okay.
Still
And
has a
then,
lot of fight in it, you can tell.
I had moved up a tiny bit to kind of fill the gap, and I'm side by side with Sim.
Okay.
I am done.
Luciano.
Okay. I'm trying to decide. I think what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go ahead. Move on. Not up. More just to the side. I don't want to be really close to it all. And I'm going to go ahead and we're gonna do one more version of not version casting. This time I'm gonna do slow. And this is a range of 120 feet, and it affects an area of 40 feet. Whereas I think Fairy Fire was like 20. Yeah, so it's double the size. Let me show you where I'm gonna throw that down. We're gonna say 20 foot or 40 foot. Yeah, cube. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna slow down. 30. I literally just play like the slowest of slow jams. You know, it's just.
Okay, so you're affecting all the ones you want to affect. What do they need to do?
It is a Wisdom 15.
Wisdom 15. Oh, well, these guys are not terribly bright, so we're gonna find out what we got here. Yeah, they're not terribly dumb either, but
No more
Okay.
Fairy Fire then?
What's that?
oh no,
No
they're
more
fair.
fear.
Oh, is Fairy Fire concentration?
Yeah, it is. I'll drop Fairy Fire for slow because I can get all of them in the slow.
Okay. Let's see here.
But Fairy Fire is my favorite.
Well, too bad that Luciano's favorite is right now. Slow should still be pretty good for you. It speeds half.
DC 15.
DC 15. Or, yeah, 15.
Six. Tell them about candles real quick.
Yeah, so, Alex.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I know I mentioned the Ren Fair candles earlier, but they also are kickstarting their quarterly box as well. Like, obviously, they come out each quarter, and what you can do instead of waiting for the big fall release to happen, you can say, "Hey, I know 100% sure I want all 6 candles plus the 2 secret candles that they'll release." So you can just pre-order ahead of time, get your box, and then you don't have to worry at all about anything about like the pre-orders or maybe missing out on them, because they tend to sell out really fast, usually within the 2-3 days that they're released. So if you want to cut the thing, and they released the theme this year, and I was a tester for them. It is medieval village in winter. So again, it has some nice, I say musky, which doesn't necessarily inspire right off the bat. Some nice sense to it, but it's definitely again a more earthy, a darker, more fruity, currants, plums, that kind of vibe to it. I was a big fan.
And don't forget, you can enter to win a candle right now. If you haven't already, type an !epic. Come on, do it now. You want a candle? It's free. All you got to do is type 5 characters into your keyboard and hit enter. Like, it's no brainer.
It's from the D&D collection that's sold out. It's the same one. Well, not the same one. You're not gonna get the one that's partially burned, but you're gonna get your own deluxe candle that has a wood top.
That's what she said. She's gonna keep the good one, and she's gonna
I'm gonna
send
keep
you.
the good one.
She's gonna refill it. It's
See,
just wax.
It's funny you mention that because they also have alchemy kits that you can refill your candles. So they come in glass cans, but you can actually get alchemy sets for their standard scents and pour your own candles and have a cute little date night. Listen, they do a lot of stuff. If you need time to vent, I got a lot of information about these guys.
These just sound amazing, and everybody should get one. That's crazy.
I know they're on
Honestly,
the
I need
pricier
one.
side, but it's worth it. I think I've gotten double the amount of time from them as to any 3-wick Bath Body Works candle I've ever gotten. And I don't know, it's fun.
If you're looking for something else to talk about, you could tell us a little bit about the RD Forest.
The RD Forest? I hate
What is
to
that?
know.
We talked about that. Also, Anna, I noticed that you typed in crab with a C. Am I the only one that's been spelling it with a K this whole time?
King Crab for a K? No, that
When
makes
I
sense.
hear, when I hear king crab, I spell king crab with a K.
Also Krabby Patty.
Krabby
Okay.
Patty.
He got King Kong.
Dangerous alliteration there, Mike.
Crab with a
Yeah.
K
Back
probably
to
means
the
you're
fight.
from Muscat.
Thank
It's
you
just two. King crab. That's it.
Thank you so much for filling that air. Oh, great slow caster that you are.
Hey, you
This
toss
is-
like 10 enemies into a
This
40-foot
is
cube.
my
I'm gonna
fault
slow
for putting
'em.
10 enemies on the table.
Yeah.
You are correct.
In a
On the-
40-foot
yeah.
cube.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's totally my fault. However, a few of them were not affected, but
Cool.
most of them were. The fairy fire fades away, whoosh, and you are back to slow. Is there anything else you wish to do after casting slow as your action?
No, I'm gonna see when I see Vale swinging around Garlo's glaive. I'm like
And asking
immediately,
about
like,
the RD Forest?
I hear that and it's like but I'm mostly intent on the fact that he's now swinging around Garlo's glaive, and I'm like, but he's like killing stuff with it. He's helping Sim, so I'm trusting him, and I'm gonna cast another bardic inspiration on Vale just in case.
Okay, and what is the bardic inspiration you're casting onto him?
It's just you better
He's like-
protect them, and it's
That-
a very like rock and roll song, just like very. I play through emotions now. I'm not, I'm not as in tune with what I want to play. It's more just like what I have to play. So I'm
Okay.
getting it out.
I feel a little bit shorter, stronger, and looser with my money.
There you go. There you go. Let it envelop you. Feel that
Brave.
rage.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead, and since we have a giant pile of slowed enemies, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna haste Sim.
Oh my gosh, we're making a moving sim lawnmower and
Go.
sogging her grass. Okay. She is now hasted.
And I'm actually pretty comfortable where I'm at. I don't see any reason to move. I feel like this is the best possible place to be at this point. So yeah, we're good. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
This is where I want to see like the action sequence of Sim jumping from creature to creature, just.
Not only that, but Sim's raging, so this ought to be
Yeah.
really, really good. And there's
Cutting him
anything
down.
else you're doing, Rafe?
Nope.
You're like go faster. All right, here we go. First Soggin is going to wait a second here. This one is here. Okay, is slowed and is going to move to here. It can move or attack. It can't do both, correct?
Yes. No, its movement is halved. It takes a -2 to AC and Dex saving throws, and it can't use reaction, but it can either use an action or a bonus. Cannot do both.
Okay, so it's going to attack. Does it only get one attack? It doesn't get
Yeah.
double attacks now, right?
I
All right.
believe if it can only, I don't know if it says anything about that. It just says only able to take the attack, one weapon attack only. Yeah.
Okay.
Dash, disengage, hide. Yeah.
All right. In that case, it's going to make its one weapon attack. Here it goes.
Yeah, I can read all that really fast. Thanks to
Spear
Sharp.
shoots toward you with only a 13. 13 does not hit. Vale.
No, it does not.
Next one up is moving at half rate. There. Let's see here. Next one up. Also moving at half. Oh wait, that one's not slowed. That one's moving at full rate. And is attempting to get to where it can flank. The next one is slowed and is also attempting to get where it can flank.
They're in the
The
trees.
next one is starting to pile on and is behind the one that Sim is probably about to slay. The next one is not slowed and is rushing forward, but unfortunately has friends in the way. The last one that's not slowed is moving around as well and sees opportunity.
Have at me.
The last one is moving but can't seem to move fast enough. What's going on?
Hell yeah.
And with that, this one's the one that you have left a hand axe in is still attempting to attack you with all of it's got. However, it is slowed. It's going to attempt to bite you. Does a 12 hit you?
That's not.
It does not, so it's bite, blam, and you easily dodge out of the way. The next one attempts to say a similar thing with a spear. Does a 22 hit?
That one will hit.
So as it's moving slowly to try to get it around, you are hit for 3 points, halved because you're raging, of piercing damage.
Wait, what was it hit? Is it -2?
-2, yeah, but it rolled a 22 to hit, so yeah, it hit.
So, okay, just, I want to make sure when you're saying so 3 halved, that means it's already halved, or I need to have it from 3?
You need to have it from 3. I'm
Wanna
going to
make
mention the hit points. I'll let you do the math while I move on to the next
No,
thing.
that's perfect.
Yeah, that way we all accelerate things a little bit here. Okay,
You want to
and
move faster? You should have told me that before I slowed everything.
that's it for this fucking Turja.
Wow.
What are you doing?
Well, if I can burrow any further in my concealment in the trees, I definitely do that. And then I take a shot at, let's say number 8.
I'm assuming that's the one that's closest to you in the cover.
Trying to
Yes.
flank.
Okay, yeah. All right,
I'll-
the one trying
I'll
to
take a
flank.
bit of a
to get the
risk
raid.
and use sharpshooter, despite the fact not being at advantage. Cross your fingers. 12.
12 is exactly what you needed to hit.
Woo!
However, it's slowed, so you hit even better. Yes.
31 points piercing.
Okay.
dude.
So how do you want to do this?
I get a shot right in the throat, and it like gurgles for a second, and it grasps the arrow shaft, and then or the bolt shaft, and then it just sort of keels over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The eel hound suddenly goes from thrashing quickly to slowing down and attempts to make an attack. However, because you are being attacked on more than one side by its ally, it's got pack tactics, so instead of having disadvantage, it now attacks normally, correct? Does it have disadvantage when it attacks with slow? No, it does not. Okay, then it has advantage. So it's going to attack you with its bite. With advantage. It's still only a 15. Does that hit you?
It does not. AC 19 with the glamored armor.
It bounces off the plate. It tries to grab a hold, but it doesn't do anything to you with the plate. However, you are also being covered with a slithering spittle that makes it kind of hard to keep position a little bit, but you definitely are not hurt.
Okay.
At this point, it is now Cimmerine's turn, who is hasted against a bunch of slowed opponents.
Go.
All right. So, okay, hopefully I can time this right. We're going to find out. I think first we're going to try and get the one that I've already been attacking.
With the
down.
hand axe still in him.
Yes. So we're going to attack first. No longer with advantage, right? Because Fairy Fire dropped.
That's correct, but it's slowed and you're hasted.
Yes. I think haste just affects damage, though.
So you definitely have him.
Okay.
So what do? You snatch the hand axe out and hurt him?
Oh
all
no,
the way,
we'll leave him
way
there
out?
for now. Well, I'm not worried about the hand axe currently. We can worry about in the future.
Oh no. Well, I can tell you, you won't have to work hard to do whatever you're going to do to this guy.
Cool. So
Yeah,
I'll save my scary strike. I will just hit him with
Yeah.
the sword for 8
Okay.
slashing.
Yeah, he drops like a sack of fish.
Perfect.
He drops with your hand axe still in him.
That's fine. We can worry about that
Okay.
later. Future us.
All right.
Future us problem.
Okay.
I forgot that was the one I was attacking, not the other one. But
Mhm.
I think we're just gonna go ahead and step on top of him here
Oh!
and attack the middle one of that trio next.
Okay, this one is not slowed.
Okay. So this is my second attack, my extra attack.
Okay. You're
13.
rolling damage.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I got
I'll
too
count that
excited.
as the damage,
Got too excited.
but you got to hit.
But I'll go ahead and use my bardic inspiration at this point, which is a D6, correct?
It
D8.
is D8, even better.
Ooh. Roll that bardic.
It's good to be above level 5. That is an 18.
15.
Which
15.
hits?
Oh, 15 hits. Okay. And so we will go ahead and do my damage and then my dreadful strike on top of it. So it's gonna be an additional D4
So 13 damage.
plus 2 psychic.
Okay. It's hurting pretty badly.
Can I continue to push through those two, or do they have a wall?
You can attempt to move through, but they'll get opportunity attacks if you push through.
So I'll use my haste bonus action to disengage
Okay.
and be on the
you can-
opposite side of them.
Okay.
Be
Okay.
here.
Boom.
So I think the attack with the longsword is probably more of a dragging to try to be like, hey, look at me, right? Over
Mhm.
here, look at me. Trying to get them to come this way versus continue to flank that way.
Yeah, and they don't get reactions, by the way. Thank you for that reminder. Much
So-
appreciated.
Get my action for haste. Oh,
Mhm.
and then actually it would have been an additional 2 damage for my rage as well. So
Okay.
it would have been 15 damage plus the 2.
Done. He's still alive, but he is hurting. And attempting to turn around. Not understanding how you suddenly have become so fast.
Very speedy.
Very, very speedy, sir. So don't you get another round of attacks?
No, so I get just my one, right? So I'm one-handed. I got my extra action. I get for haste a bonus action.
You have 2 attacks as a ranger,
Yeah, and I did both.
and then you get another 2 attacks with haste, or do you get an extra
No.
attack?
No,
You
One
get
extra
one.
attack.
you
One
get
extra.
one extra action.
One
Okay.
one bonus action. Or one extra action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So one extra action is still 2 attacks.
Is it? It says,
Yeah.
If the
Oh,
DM says attack things more, just
hold
just
on,
go
hold on.
and do it.
the action can be used only. to
Josh
hit-
is waving his head no. So am I misunderstanding something?
It's a one weapon attack only with haste. You only
Or
get
you can do-
one weapon attack.
Or you can do some other things with it.
or dash,
Okay.
disengage, hide, or use an object.
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise,
you
it would
did a
be
lot of
crazy.
damage.
Instead of slow.
Yeah, no, I cleaned up. We're moving
Mhm.
through. We're trying to pull attention.
There's
oh,
bodies in the wake. It's fine.
and as you asked again, the RD thing, it's a
Mhm.
forest. As I skid along. Hair.
You
I can
are
probably
deep
tell
so
I'm bright
fast!
now.
Ah! Oh, wait. Hasten. You are deep so fast! Okay.
Really fast.
All right. Simmering, shredding up stuff. Vale, what are you doing?
So
Shaking
is that near
fiddle off
Crypt
your armor
Garden?
plate.
I've never been there before. Continuing the conversation strand, as I target the runner who's going at Lucy, I've got a 10-foot reach from where I'm at with the glaive, and I try to crack this crab wide open. Rolling to hit. 16 hit.
16 hits.
All right, for only 6 magical slashing. Follow-up attack. Trying to hamstring him.
10 does not hit
I
this
will
one.
use the bardic inspiration. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, 14.
14 does hit.
Oh,
Thank goodness for that inspiration.
thank Garlo. Okay. For 7 magical slashing.
Okay, well, you certainly softened it up for when it gets to Luciano.
Okay, and then the 3 right in front of me appear to be slowed. So I'm just repositioning myself, so they got to come through me if they want to get the prince here.
Okay, do they get opportunity attacks if they hit you, if you back off? Oh, no, they're slowed. They don't get those.
No reactions.
Oh, you are so smart. So smart. Anything else you're doing, Vale?
I haven't used my bonus action. I'll use my bonus action and turn my glamored plate armor into like a sand kind of color pattern
Okay.
of like the sand I'm standing on.
As you do that, you see them blink, kind of confused for a moment. Luciano,
Yes.
you see this thing that has been hacked up twice slow down, but then it starts to regain its footing as it's coming at you with a spear in both hands. What are you doing?
I'm gonna yell at it. Using vicious mockery. I'm not just yelling. Back up or become sushi. And yelling that plus nasty little fish things.
Okay.
It's a wisdom.
It doesn't back up at all.
No worries. Let it come. I'm ready. Lucy is he's feeling himself right now.
Okay. Rafe.
Now that there are a better spread here, I think I'm just going to go ahead and hurl a skull at our miscreant who's chasing off Lucy.
Okay.
Nobody hurts Lucy except us, right?
That's what family's for.
No one hurts you like your family.
A 21 hits.
So 8 necrotic damage, and that skull is laughing as it wraps around that Sagwan's chest.
It staggers and steps forward, but it is still standing.
I will.
It's going to come after you unless
Do it.
something else hits it. All right. And with that, anything else you're doing, Rafe?
I actually think I'm going to take a very tiny step back so that Vale has more room to fight with his glaive. But that's it.
Okay.
So
All
we're
right.
not sharing a space, basically.
The first one is coming up to strike at Luciano. Does a 16 hit you, Luciano?
It does.
It bites down as you attempt to block it, and you take 5 points of piercing damage.
And at this point, I yell out, "I told you to back up!" And I shove into it and cast Hellish Rebuke as a reaction.
Do it.
There we go. Boom. The dex 15.
Let's see if she pulls it off. It does not.
Oh.
And boom. How do you want to do this?
18 damage. Like I said, it is just straight into his chest. Like I'm pushing him out, and it just burns him from the inside, and he collapses to the ground.
Do you
Lucy
see it
Ash,
stop cold as you shove in? And
Yeah.
you see flames immediately shoot out of its eyes, its face, its mouth, and it dries out into a husk and sets itself on fire from the inside out as it hits the ground before you.
You did 4 points of damage, by the way.
That was more than enough.
No, for me.
Oh, that's
I
4
took
points
4.
of damage to you?
Is that what he did to me?
Oh, let me check here. It was 5 points of piercing.
I knew that if I was paying attention to that, I'd forget to react because I'm notoriously bad at reactions.
Mhm.
So I had to do that first.
Fair statement. The next one is moving slow and is coming around to get to Rafe. Are you taking a reaction to get it, Vale?
No.
Okay. It's going to attack you, Rafe.
I use telekinetic parry.
What does that do?
Essentially, it means he has disadvantage on his attack,
Mm-hmm.
and if he misses, bad things could happen to him.
Water shoots from your fingertips as you lash it around to stop the strike from happening as you move the water around. It's a disadvantage, you said?
He has disadvantage on his attack roll.
Okay.
If he hits, damage happens as normal.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
He does hit you then.
Okay.
And
I will
from
be
there-
intercepting that to reduce the damage with my reaction.
What are you doing?
I've reduced the damage by 11. However much it was
You
gonna
take
do.
no damage. You literally see him swing out to bite at you, and the flat of a glaive smacks it in the head like a frying pan. It takes its second attack because this one is not slowed. Oh wait, it is slowed. It does not take a second attack. The next one is slowed and shifts up to Vale and attempts an attack with the spear. A 6 does not hit. Vale, I don't know if it's your armor or what. The sand is confusing it.
Garlo's standing by my side.
The other two have turned around. The third one joins in. The one that is not slowed attempts to attack you, Sim. Does a 15 hit you?
Does not.
Does not. And then swinging around quickly with a spear, a 4 does not hit you either.
Does not.
The next one only can attack with a spear. It's very slowed down. Does a 12 hit you?
Does not.
And the last one, attempting to get into your flank as you're paying attention to the other two, does a 13 hit you?
Does not.
Holy moly, are you the luckiest
Super fast.
Ranger,
Elf in the world.
Super
Ranger
fast and
Ranger
angry.
in the world?
Luckiest elf in Faerun.
Yeah. And then finally the last one here is moving up to get to Vale and immediately takes a spear attack to you. Does a 16 hit you?
No.
Bounces harmlessly off your own. All right. Turja, what are you doing?
I move around a little bit in the brush to get a better shot, and then I take a shot at the one that's to Cimmerine's right.
Cimmerine's
10?
right. Okay. The one that's already injured?
Yes. No, the other side, the other right.
Okay. Yep.
So I use sharpshooter again, fingers crossed. You're at 22.
22 hits.
30 points piercing damage on number 10.
How do you want to do this?
This one lands in the guy's right eye, and he just sort of doesn't even have the ability to gurgle or grab at the shaft. He just keels over
A
instantly.
giant fisheye goes, and you just watch it go, punk, and fold out. All right. At that point, Do you do anything else, Turja?
No, I don't really have the ability to do much else besides hide some more.
The large eel-like creature comes up to snap at you one more time. Here we go. Does a 20 hit you?
It does.
You take 6 points of piercing damage, and you are grappled as it clamps down on your leg and is hanging on and writhing about. Okay.
Can I say something when that happens?
Yes, go ahead.
Look, Lucy, lamprey! And a gesture or two.
Oh, whoa!
Sim, catching all of this and dodging everything that comes at you. What are you doing?
It's going to be that really cool, like, elven, like, whoosh, whoosh, dodging too that goes with it. Moving with the momentum, we're going to attack the first one. Again, I imagine it's going to be as much of a overhand as I can. I'm not used to wielding this thing, but we did get to practice and play around a little bit way back when. Inspired, we're going to try and hit.
Okay.
For 21.
21 hits.
Cool.
Which one was this one? The one you already injured, or
The one I already injured.
Yeah. Okay.
For 10 slashing.
Okay. And how do you want to do that?
Yeah, no, I think it's just for a moment, like what I'm imagining is actually the dummy back in Neverwinter when we were all out in the yard, and just hitting a true strike on the dummy, and then like kind of blinking. Oh no, I just murdered a thing, right? As it sticks through, pull out, and not even going to pay mind to this other one that's to my right. I'm going to disengage and move forward towards the cluster by Vale.
Okay.
And we're going to attack. There's 3 of them there. Any of them hit? Or a better target than another?
They've... I can say that the eel is very large and is clamped down on his leg, and you see stuff coming out, and you see him kind of just struggling a little bit to try to maintain his stance, because there's... Whatever is coming out of this eel's mouth is very, very slick and viscous, and it literally coats the target, making it harder for them to stand their ground or fight back.
I'm gonna do my best, and hopefully I don't stab your leg, man. I hope you don't mind.
Bring it.
All right, going to go ahead and again wiggle my way in there and try to stab at this thing that's not his leg. 15.
A 15 does hit.
Cool. Then it is going to be damage. It's going to be 9 damage plus my d4 for my dreadful strike. So 9 slashing, 2 psychic for a total of 11.
Okay. It's hurting.
Attack, disengaged, attack. Those are my 3 actions. I moved.
It's bloodied pretty good, but it's still fighting like mad.
And now that I'm back close to Vale, right? Because again, we're having this mid-battle banter. I'll be honest, I don't really know. I'm pretty sure we passed by it. I'm actually from the Feywild, though. As I, like, stab it.
Okay. And Vale, what are you doing as she's stabbing this thing?
Huh, Feywild. Can't say that I've been there. As I kind of backhand and go after the one that's right next to Wraith, that is slowed, kind of directly north of me. And does a 14 hit with it being slowed?
A 14 does hit.
All right. 14 magical slashing, still up.
Just to double check, which one was this?
I don't have a number on it. It's the one right above me. That one.
That one. Got it. All right. So 14 damage.
Yep. Still up.
Okay. Oh, it's still up.
All
but
right.
It's bloodied. It's very bloodied.
Pressing the attack, dirty 24, a little more damage. 8 magical slashing.
Let's go.
How do you want to do this?
just like when I was watching everyone eat at dinner, I've filleted and cracked this Sagan open. It's just a mass of wounds from behind.
Oh, and it smells bad when you shred it open too.
Right.
All right. Anything else?
No, I'm done right now.
You are grappled.
Yes.
Okay. Luciano.
All right, I've had it with these mother flippin' fish on this mother flippin' beach. I'm gonna walk up. This is one that's still active, right? This one right here. On Dale. Yeah. Okay. I'll walk up to it. Is it action or bonus action to draw my rapier?
It's a free action to draw it.
Bless. I'm just gonna like very annoyingly, like just like I cannot believe you made me walk across this beach style, walk up to it, pull my rapier, and just try to stab it in the back.
All this confidence because it's slowed.
Yep.
And because you just toasted one. Okay.
My eyes are still flickering from that. I'm on magic. There's my book. What is my Tech Goblin? What is my inspiration?
Oh, honey.
It's a D6 inspiration.
Is this one slowed?
It is slowed.
Burn my D6. Maybe I get a 6. Let's find out.
Yep. You only need a 4.
Those odds are terrible.
And with a 5, you hit.
All right, sweet. It's just shish kebab this thing. And 9 piercing damage from behind.
Okay.
Or from the side, I guess.
It's hurting.
No. And I just yell, Rafe, how have you not finished? Not Rafe. Vale, have you not finished this already?
Okay. Anything else, Luciano?
That is it. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Rafe, your move.
Seeing that Vale is all wrapped up by this eel dog thing, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the laughing skull.
Okay.
Because I don't want it to be able to heal.
That is
I don't
bad.
think a 9's gonna do it though.
The skull now has changed. It looks more like a shark's skull. Multiple serrated teeth begin to rush forward. And the skulls are black too, by the way. Did you roll to hit?
I did. A
9.
9.
And it misses. As it wiggles quickly, trying to yank Vale. All right. Anything else, Rafe?
Nope. Feeling pretty good where I'm at.
Okay. The last of the Sagan attempt to attack as best they can. The one that just got stuck by Luciano, it turns on you immediately and attempts to jam a spear into you. Oops, wrong button. That's the button I want. Does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
Okay, it misses. The again?
I just looked down where it tried to stab me. You serious?
The next one attempts to attack Vale with everything it's got. Does a 6 hit you?
I laugh at it.
Bounces harmlessly off.
Arnold Schwarzenegger laugh.
The last one attempts to... Oh, wait. The next one attempts to attack Sim. Sim does a... Wait. Which one is this one? Yep, the only ones that are left alive have gotten slow. Does a 7 hit you? Obviously not.
Nope.
And seeing opportunity, this last one ships up and attempts to attack Rafe directly. Does a 6 hit you?
No.
No. Okay. These things are on a limited lifespan at this point. I have a feeling you guys are going to have a lot of fun here in a few minutes. Turja, please, which one are you going to kill next? with a single shot.
Number 12, the one that just tried to attack Wraith.
All right, so the one that's approaching Rafe and is.
Number 12.
However,
6 doesn't hit. No.
You miss for the first
I
time
had
ever.
to miss one eventually.
Sim, you feel the wind as a bolt goes by, right behind you.
Oh, hey, whoa!
And at that point, the eel grappling you attempts to strike you again, Vale. And with a 9, it is unable to get any further, but still has you grappled. Cimmering. Liquid haste pumping through your veins.
Time to slice and dice, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
So starting off, first to Vale. It's pretty, I guess. First attack. Try and back up here. It's a 12 hit.
A 12 does hit.
Right. For 10 slashing on the eel.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, actually, it's 12 slashing. And then I'll go ahead and do my Dreadful Strikes right off the bat here. Get it out of the way. Total of 16 damage on the eel.
Oh, it's hurting, but it is still furiously attached to Vale's leg.
I'm going to speak again. I mean, I spent most of it in a room. We're going to attack. Same eel. Ooh, 11.
11 does not hit. It bounces harmlessly off of its scaly hide.
Getting a little too into the conversation. I'll tell you more about it later. It's fine. And one last attack. Hoping to free him of this eel. 24.
Natural 20.
Let's go.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. What is this going to be here?
Murder.
Yeah. Roll critical.
20,
Wow.
23 damage.
How do you want to
Okay.
do this?
I think it gets skewered, frankly. I think it gets skewered in such a way of like, hang on, Mama's busy. Let me work with this first, and just skewers, pops it, and like tries to pull it off the leg, shake off if I can, before resuming battle posture.
You jam through whatever it considers its chest cavity. You take out its heart, and it immediately freezes up for a minute, and then goes semi-limp as you slash it off of him in one fell swoop. It's the size of a human being attacking you. It's not a small beast at all.
Nice.
Good move. Any other actions you wish to take, sir?
I don't. We'll go ahead and again step on bodies and get in the mix right here.
Not even missing a beat. Okay.
Well, she's just that good, Reed.
Right
Yeah.
now.
What are you
We're
doing?
feeling good.
What's that? Did you say me?
Yep.
Oh. You know, I spent a lot of time in rooms growing up too, so I can understand that. And I'm going to attack the one that's going after Luciano.
Okay.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
10 magical slashing.
It's hurting badly.
Let's try and finish this.
26 hits.
Or 14 magical
How
slashing.
do you want to do this?
Right through the back of the head. Blade coming through and within inches of striking Lucy, but just spraying a little bit of ichor on him.
Okay.
And I'm done.
All right. Luciano.
Yep.
As you're beginning to figure out your next move, you guys all see from the ocean, the frothing melee is going on out there, and you steal glances every now and again as you see sea elves in various different, cohorts forming whatever you would call sea-based battle lines. But then the wizards appear, the sea elf wizards and clerics, and you see them riding on top of massive blue whales as they start casting down lightning bolt after lightning bolt, and you're seeing bodies start to froth as other things are in the water itself. You see them casting into the water and bodies beginning to float up. The battle is turning for the CL favor right now. What are you doing, Luciano?
So still riding this high, feeling the little hellish feelings still coursing through my body. I'm literally just stomping through Vale and Sim, and I'm just like, you're missing one, and I'm gonna stab this one that's in front of me.
Okay.
Getting sloppy.
There are only 2 left.
It was a 1 for
hits.
so long. So
21
scared.
hits.
Eight.
Okay. It is
Just-
felt.
Dig it. Dead.
Mhm. It's like turned. It's very pissed.
Yeah. All right.
Rafe. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Luciano.
No, that's all I was going to be like, have at you. Come on.
Luciano, what are you doing? Or Rafe, what are you doing?
Since there is a Sagwan in my face, I'm gonna turn around and hit it with one of those skulls.
Oh,
Yeah, you do.
And with a natural 20, a black shark skull with teeth races out.
Let's roll damage.
Come on, Prince of the Sea Elves.
15 necrotic damage.
It's hurting. It's hurting badly.
Okay.
And it's I'd say bloodied, but it was necrotic damage. So you're seeing it like black
Fall apart.
tendrils are inside its body, spreading wildly as the
And,
shark skull gnaws at it all the way through.
I'm gonna disengage. Right there.
Okay. It is slowed, so it cannot do anything about it.
They couldn't do it anyway. I was disengaging.
Oh, that's true. Oh, you have the. Is that an action or a bonus action for you?
I think it's an action for me. Yeah. So I can't do anything anyway.
Yeah. Okay. And with that, it immediately chases after you because it's their turn. And the one attacks you, Luciano, that is messing with you. So we'll start with Luciano. Jamming its spear the other way, it realizes it's hurting. It knows it doesn't have much else left to give, and it's going to sell its soul right here and right now with a 17 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. You take 2 points of piercing damage from the spear.
Which I blocked with the interception. The glaive stops it.
I kind of looked down where it was going to hit me, and I'm like, I looked to Vale.
Rafe, the one that's attacking you apparently is the leader of the pack of Sagan, and from its belt it pulls a hand axe of unusual make. Obviously not of its make, and it begins to swing at you. Does a 5 hit?
No.
Okay. Turja, it's your move.
I take a shot at number 12. I'm not using sharpshooter this time.
A shot at the Sagan that's attacking Rafe.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh,
I'm just gonna kill this right now.
Oh, I got 22 piercing damage without the D, but let's see. Roll critical.
All right, how much do you do?
34 piercing.
34 piercing. Yeah, how do you want to do this? Like it explodes.
The bolt hits it in the skull and goes through, and you just sort of see the head cave in a little bit as it drops.
Hand axe dropping from its clawed hands. It falls to the ground. Sim, only one stands before you. It has just speared your friend Luciano. And
Which is
been
a-
blocked by Vale.
Yeah.
Seeing as the tide has turned some, I'm actually gonna laugh a little, like, yeah, Lizzie, yeah, why don't you just finish this one up? No, it's okay, I got it. I'm gonna proceed to miss everything, but we're gonna at least try to first attack on this bad mamma jamma. a little cocky in this. Clearly with the 7. It's fine. I don't need to. We give like a little wrist twist and like backhand the other way. For a 23.
23 definitely hits.
It's going to be 14 slashing plus.
How do you want to do this?
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's so carefree. Even though with the raging, everything coursing through, it's that like dangerous thing of like, oh, she looks a little too casual to just be slashing through a human or a monster being.
Making
right?
sushi.
Making sushi. And
Monster
just
sushi.
turning and looking at Lucy with a shit-eating grin. But since we're making eye contact, Lucy, what you see is the brimming of tears starting.
Yeah, and like Lucy immediately feels like being mocked, and then notices it just like it's this weird feeling of like embarrassment and confusion.
At that moment, every one of you feels it. As the ocean suddenly surges, a tsunami rushes through with blue-green energy, and you see every last Sagan fighting left, as well as their beasts supporting them, immediately stop, freeze up, blue energy coursing through them, and you see them fail and fall as a tsunami wave rushes them away from the island, and bodies of Sagan begin washing away. Only a very few bodies of sea elves being grasped by their friends and comrades.
Do I have time to grab my hand axe?
You absolutely do. The tsunami is not crossing the island. So you grab your hand axe. Go ahead, Bill.
Oh, the hand axe that the leader was wielding. I pick that up and I flip it towards him.
And she catches it handily. I will not force a athletics or dex check for that. At that point, one of the sea captains wades onto shore. Well, it looks like we need to get you out of here sooner than later. Well, food's in the pot. You can eat it on the way.
This was getting boring anyway, and I'd be still feeling a little embarrassed, kicking at the ground, walking away.
That sounds fine.
Now would be the time to grab your things. We're gonna get you moving.
I rush over to James' body and grab his pack and his book or books.
Well, he has no books. He had a couple papers of sheafs that he was putting together on plant life. All of his things were destroyed on the ship, except for what he carried on him. At this point, we're going to go for a quick break, and when we return, we're going to find out what happens to the party as they pack their things and move on. And what a bloody mess it is as they haul all the carcasses of the Soggen into the sea.
Yeah, someone else can do that. We'll leave the sea elves to do that.
Yes.
No, thank
yes.
you.
Let the regular sea elves do that. You guys are much too pretentious for that. No. But now that we're back, we can talk about candles. We got a giveaway, right, Luciano?
Yeah, we do. If you didn't know, right now we have some amazing candles. Menagerie candles. They are D&D scented. They are amazing. Burn a long time. You're gonna have to listen to Alex talk about them because I don't have all the facts, but they're amazing. And they can be yours for the low price of $0 if you win the raffle going on right now. We had some issues earlier, so some of your votes may not have been counted. So make sure, if you haven't already, put !EPIC EPIC in chat to enter for your chance to win one of these amazing candles.
All right.
Other
Anything
things
to
going
add,
on.
Sim, on those candles?
Just that they're amazing, and I'm a big fan. And you should totally participate, so you can get one for free.
Look at that.
Who's talking about Shard Tabletop today?
I'll talk about Shard Tabletop because I'm on the roll of talking about stuff. If you didn't know, Shard Tabletop is what we're using in our end to roll dice, select attacks, spells, inventory our items, level up our characters, look at maps and tokens. It's just basically the one-stop shop for everything you need while you're playing your game. So do yourself a favor. Use exclamation point. Is it exclamation point Shard or
No,
is it just
TGT Shard 20?
No, I mean the link in chat. It's already there. Boom.
Yeah.
A TGT Shard 20 is already there in chat. Go to that link. Use TGT Shard 20 at checkout for 20% off all your subscriptions. They have so many things that you can use that'll level up your game and make it so much easier. Trust me, if I had to calculate my dice rolls on my own, you thought slow was bad? This would be 10 times worse. All right. Shard Tabletop, TGT Shard 20, 20% off. Do it. Do yourself a favor. Make things more fun. Do less of the number crunchy.
And Josh, can you tell them a little bit about what we have that allows the viewers to impact the game?
I would love to. And what I'm going to talk to you about is Streamloots, which is live at the Games Tavern. Just follow the link in chat and you can get Game Tavern packs. And the cards can be utilized to help out the cast of the show with things like inspiration for the entire party, the granting of luck to a player, and other collectible cards. There's even a card that can grant inspiration to the DM if you're so inclined. Please don't.
If you really want to
anymore.
see pain, you can do that. I mean, just it certainly won't hurt my feelings if I get that. So
You're off my Christmas
Okay.
list.
But you'll be on mine. Anyway, now, as the party gathers up here, you guys are gathering your stuff, and the Elven captain is, we found 3 different ships. We just need to know where you want to go.
Astika.
We have to, though.
Yes.
Is that where this comes
we
from?
have to.
What was that?
Is that where the juice comes from? The bean juice?
Yes.
It is.
But
I'm all for it. Maztika ho. Let's go.
The first time Luciano's agreed with Turja since that fight in the sewers.
It's also where I was born.
What? I kind of like, oh. Oh, yeah. You think let's go see your mom. That'll be fun.
I don't know that she's down there this time of year, but yeah, let's go. Definitely.
Is that
All right,
3?
fine.
Is that
Majority
missing?
rules.
Rafe, anything to add?
well, I guess we're no longer making our way towards Baldur's Gate, so why not?
Mastika it is. Western ships. All right. All right, everybody wade into the water. You guys get your collars, your brooches of water
Yep.
breathing? All right. Pop those on. We're going to wade in, and we're going to take the fastest route we could possibly take. Just follow my lead. And he leads you into the water, and they pop you onto a... How else would I explain this? a very large set of whales pulling a massive chariot, if you will. And by massive, I mean it's not really a chariot as much as a sea, what do you call that? A sea stagecoach. Cylindrical in shape, with additional fins on it to help steer it, as in addition to how it swings on the whales themselves. And 2 very large blue whales pulling it at top speed. The whales move slowly, but the speed is certainly felt as they begin their slow descent underwater with you guys in the water-filled chariot. The sea captain and a number of war crew, very alert, moving along. You gather that a good 6 or 7 hours passes, and then you begin to head up to the top of the surface, where you then link up with an elven man-of-war ship. And a small flotilla of other ships that are passing from Evermeet further west.
Evermeet?
That's all they tell you. From there, you load on with all of your
You asked that
belongings.
question out loud, Luciano?
I do. When I hear the word Evermeet, I was like, what?
Evermeet is it's where the elves have moved most of their enclaves.
The
Okay.
new homeland since the fall of Mithranor.
So we're going to Bean City, and they left Meat City. Cool. Okay. Yeah.
From
Makes
there, the brusque elven captain answers a couple questions, gives you reasonable accommodations and the forecastle of the ship, and allows you to sun yourselves until you dry the next day. You travel for a 10-day with minimal issues, and then a second 10-day where you make your way to, you hear land ho from the crow's nest. The crew go to full battle stations, and they pull up alongside a small city, if you will, that appears to be a mix of both familiar architecture of Faerun, as well as additional architecture and styles that is certainly not of Faerun. Taking small yet agile longboats from the man-of-war and the small flotilla in protection, you guys are rowed to the loading docks of this small town, and you get off. That point, you have found yourself in New Baldur's Gate.
You wanted to go to Baldur's Gate, right?
This is not the Baldur's Gate that I meant, but I appreciate the sentiment, Vale.
He jokes. Interesting. And I look at Rafe, and I'm just like, as we get off and we start walking down, it's been a 10. I was hoping to have the conversation on the boat. I want to pull over Seb and just be like, "Hey, everything, you all good?"
Yeah, this is a good time to mention. Within that 20-day time frame, particularly that first day, she would have been really shaky and probably would have found a quiet place to be crying a lot as the emotional come down from the rage. But after that, within that span of time, I have definitely kind of returned a little bit more to the peppy side of things. I appreciate you checking in. It was just a lot, kind of all at once. And are you doing okay?
I'm dealing. I'm feeling like changes are happening, but hopefully for the best.
Yeah. Hey, you don't I meant what I said before. We all like take our own pacing and stuff. I kind of give you like a little punch on the arm. You take all the time you need, and I can be strong for the two of us. You know, if you need more time.
You're definitely strong.
Yeah, let me do it again.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, I saw a lot of. It felt like I was watching Garlo out there, tearing apart those sea creatures.
Maybe
And it just kind of like brings like a smile to my face, just a memory.
if we can just keep maybe a little part of him, it's like he won't be gone. So what part are you gonna keep?
And I kind of like look. I'm just like, I have no answer. Like, oh yeah, you're right. Oh no, I'll figure that out.
Yeah, think on it.
Yeah,
Hey, we're gonna be okay.
I think so. And I kind of look around. I was like, have you ever traveled by boat? This is the first time I've crossed the waters.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you like do? Did you just play? What
I
did
played
you
music.
do? Yeah, but like where? Why didn't you ever leave? Don't you like? I looked you up and down. Aren't you like for money
Yeah.
or whatever?
And I like very, which is like, this is like very much a cagey. I just here and there played music in the city. Never really had much reason to go too far. But kind of crazy. I never thought I'd see myself traveling this far out. And it's just like I expect, because I assume it doesn't look like crazy different to like another city. But like I'm very surprised. It's like I thought it would be a lot different.
Okay, actually, I have a question. I have a question for you. And you don't have to answer it.
Okay. And like immediately I'm like,
And I look around, make sure no one's listening, and I come up and I whisper in your ear, "What's your real name?"
and immediately just like flush face, just like I cannot believe somebody asked, and I was just like, Luciano. Wait, what? What?
I won't steal it, but you should tell me sometime.
I appreciate it. Yeah, well,
Luciano's a fine name.
thank you. And like I kind of let slip, like when she says that, I'm like, I made it myself.
Clapping, happy, eager as can be about that.
Yeah. And I just go, where did everybody else go? Like trying to get out of this conversation. Where did everybody else go?
I think they're close. Let's go. Grab your hand and
Okay. I'm going to reveal what you've seen so far. This right here is New Baldur's Gate.
New Baldur's Gate. It's a corner.
Yes.
I see all of that. I have eagle eyes.
you're so smart, Lucy.
And Matt just immediately, what's going on?
I don't want that big. Let me fix that. Thank you for making that so easy to do.
Was there like an immigration checkpoint or something when we disembarked?
You've gotten on the docks. As you get further into the docks, you are immediately stopped by some very heavily armored figures who are scarred and ugly. And, what's your business? Rob, or Rafe, you immediately recognize these as members of the Flaming Fist Mercenary Company that are also the official city guard of Baldur's Gate, and apparently they have companies of men operating here in New Baldur's Gate as well.
Oh, I wasn't aware that the Fist had taken a contract here in Mystica. It's good to see you.
Official Baldur's Gate business.
Of course. We are engaging in mercantile activity. What is the fee?
What are you selling or buying?
We're looking to buy those wonderful beans.
Oh, you and I kind of step up. Are you the one selling them? I'll take a cup.
No.
No.
It's 4 copper per person to come in, but you will pay a fee when you leave.
Of course.
All right. 4 copper per person, please.
And I will just pull that out of my coin purse.
All right.
I think that's technically
2 silver.
2 silver. So yeah, 2 silver
So
pieces.
he takes a look at it. Do 2 silver. Bites down. Bites on the other one. All right. How long are you in town for?
3 weeks, maybe a month. I glance over at Terja as if I'm asking the question of her. Terja,
About
at this
that,
point,
yes.
at this
Right.
point, you know that he's not really asking, but it is for the performance.
All right, 30 days. And what's your party's name? The company's name.
We're the company of no name.
The
Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Huh?
He's asking about the company, the mercantile company, which is West Mercantile Diversify.
West Mercantile Diversified. Okay.
And I forgot that was a thing. I was like, oh yeah. I forgot about them.
All right. Very well. Never been in town before?
No, first time. Anything we should know?
Your security is, of course, our uppermost priority. However, the city has its unsavory types. You're mostly okay once you leave the city walls, though you are on your own. So if you strike out from this city, may your gods help you.
Why? What
Well.
happens then?
Well, nothing's safe here. This is a countryside that's designed to kill everything it possibly can. Everything here is lethal. The spiders, snakes, the bugs, the people. And mind the tabaxi. They're all right, but they're a curious lot. They'll ask lots of questions to tell their stories later.
Is there a temple of Ogla here?
No. There's an all-faith temple. Occasionally they get priests from all over, but be honest, we're pretty austere out here. Trade goods, security, and the occasional merchant looking to make their fortune. We trade with the locals from the city. Occasionally we strike out in full force, but that's about it. We lose probably about 2/3 of any expeditions that go into the jungles.
any libraries, wealthy individuals, privately owned?
Outside of the occasional merchant or sea captain who's made their home here, any libraries they have are pretty small. There is the occasional researcher who comes in. Some of them never come back, but they bring books, but no major libraries. Your best bet's the Tabaxi if you're looking for information in the area. They're the locals.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Luciana's just putting on the fakest smile right now, just trying to.
Can you recommend a good inn?
There's 3 in town. Best one you bet is Featherbed Inn.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was not listening the entire time. Oh, but I was keeping an eye on kind of the flow of kinds of people that are coming in and out, that kind of thing.
There are goods coming in, but they're mostly like sustainment goods, things like foodstuffs, trade goods of pretty mundane nature going in, but not a lot of trinket type stuff. On the flip side, stuff being loaded onto the ships are large crates with everything from what's stenciled on in common. You've got various different types of native pottery, various different artworks, trinkety type stuff. Some things that look like precious crystals or semi-precious crystals of different types. Particularly amethyst. You notice there's a large copious amount of that is coming out of here. And then certain exotic birds and other animals, and quite a few pelts of what look to be spotted cats of some sort. That is what you see being loaded up. And then going in, again, foodstuffs, basic fundamental things for sustainment, and the occasional thing that might be traded with the locals.
So, obelisk, right? That's one of the reasons we're here?
I would not discuss that so openly in the streets.
Well,
But yes.
not shouting it, but
For now, let's just find an inn. The Featherbed Inn, I think he said.
All right.
Use like a real
I can get a cup of juice. I'm good.
All right, moving in to the city from the docks. You notice the docks can also be walled off completely from the rest of the city as well. They are not currently, and then when you do go through the gates, you notice there are multiple layers of gates. Whatever has assaulted this fort before, you've seen it's been rebuilt in a couple places several times. Various things have certainly come in and hit this place. And it's been rebuilt and held fast for the better part of at least 100 years now. At least it's existed for 100 years. Whether or not it's been sustained for 100 years can be a little tough to nail down. Amongst the walls, though, you notice these aren't walls that were built by the Baldarian people. There are a lot of stuff. I mean, there's some repairs that have been, and there's some add-ons here and there. But the original gates were made by a people that existed here long before. This is not of Baldarian make. The inside of the city, on the other hand, with only a few buildings being exotic and not of the architecture that you're familiar with, most are within the city walls, built after the fact. Made of the stone that the locals used, but certainly not built in the same way. That being said, the walls are at least 30 to 40 feet high, in some places even higher. There are many square, tapered towers going up with stairways going up them. And you stand walking through very crowded streets, barely wide enough for a single horse and wagon. And what you notice is, in many cases, the dock workers are paid to pull small hand carts full of goods back and forth through the various different streets and alleyways to the various different locations they need to go. The only large street that you can see is the main thoroughfare that goes from one end to where the docks are to the other end, the furthest side of the city that enters into the jungles themselves. Going in further, you make a few turns here and there before you, not too far off the main drag of that big wide street, is the Featherbed Inn. What also catches your eye is the sheer variety of people here. There are people and species of all types here. There are a few elves. There are even a few dwarves. There are a very few gnomes, but they are there. There is an unusually high amount of tabaxi. You've never seen so many. You've only seen them rarely in places like Waterdeep, the largest of cities. But here, they're like every other person walking down the street is a tabaxi. Some are in various stages of Western dress, if you will, or Faerunian dress, Eastern dress. Others are in more of a stage of what could only be described as tribal. with various markings on their fur and various other beads and accoutrements and coverings that are not what you're familiar with, but look very nice and colorful. There are people playing a variety of exotic instruments in various different locations. At almost every intersection, there's people gathering and almost a joyous atmosphere, but there is a tension in the air. Going up to the front steps of the Featherbed Inn, you walk in. There, a brusque person of Kalamashan descent stands at the front desk. Welcome to the Featherbed Inn. What can I do for you? Offers you rooms, takes care of you, gets you set up. Do you guys do a group room or do you guys do individual rooms?
Group room.
Okay. Gathering in a group room. You pay for a room that actually has 8 bunks, even though there are only 5 of you. So you got a couple extra rooms. Some of you slide your beds together. Is that what you do? Or you slide the extra beds on to make yourself just ridiculously large beds? Sure.
Let's say if Sim has her way, it's gonna be as big of a bed as possible.
So Sim makes a double bed and then creates a pillow fort from extra bed parts anywhere she can get them. You are on the 2nd floor. The windows are open air. There is no glass in them. They are bolted shut, and you hear the calls of exotic birds from the rooftops that you've never heard before, mixed in with the music down below and the chatter here and there. Welcome to New Baldur's Gate.
I feel like I'm walking through the stories of my childhood right now. My mom always mentioned this place, but as many times as I asked, she would never come back here. But it's just like I pictured it. I think not too far from here, there's a point where you can go up and get a great view of the city.
So you pictured all of the tabaxi.
I mean, I read a lot of books about it too, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, there are some in Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate and but it almost feels like I can't really I can't put the words to it, but it almost feels like a little bit of a joke, right?
What?
But
The Tabaxi or the city?
that they've built a city that looks so very similar.
At this point, I want to turn to Sim and be like, "Hey, do you know? Is it impolite to pet a tabaxi?"
If someone asked to pet a tiefling, what would you say?
So right, yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. Thanks.
George is just shaking
Do
her
anything
head
yet.
overhearing this.
Oh, why would it be a joke? Hang on, what am I missing? Why would it be a joke?
Well, there was no real contact between the two groups for, well, thousands of years. And still, they managed to build a city the same way. It feels like a joke was played on us.
I'm missing the punchline.
That's
Lucy,
not... That's not the read I have it on here. You saw the older architecture and stone on the way in, right? That's just new Baldur's Gate on top of the ruins of old.
Yeah, I suppose.
Just throwing up a tapestry over a castle that's already been built.
Have you been
put a picture in front of
to
it.
the original Baldur's Gate?
Pass through.
Most of the current city is built on the ruins of an older city.
I mean, I don't know. I'm getting a different vibe here. Feels like an occupied city.
Yeah,
Interesting.
just here. What do you mean?
By people like us from the western coast of Faerun. there.
Good clarification.
You notice
It's
on
not
several
really-
of the small round tables, some you spot it first, of course, because you push tables together. I mean, beds together and had to move some tables. There are various different menus there. One is for the Featherbed Inn, which serves a variety of local dishes, spiced local dishes, as well as a few imported Faerun favorites at reasonably high prices. But then you see the one that really catches your eye. It's colorful. It's bright yellow paper with blue ink and images all over it of various different types of colorful birds, and it's called Blue Barts.
Blue Barts. Oh, there's a joke here. Guys, there's a joke
Live-
on this.
Live music, drink specials, possible bad employment.
I immediately go over to Lucy and like hit his chest. If you'd have said, Lucy, look.
What? And I just kind of like immediately like eyes getting like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, totally a respectable place to go to
Yeah.
that will serve all of our interests.
I think it would definitely serve all of our interests. Yes, this is a
I,
group
I
activity.
look at the menu in confusion and I say, I don't see why that is.
Looking at the
Romance.
numbers you deduce, it's probably only a block or two away from the Featherbed Inn.
I start to go with the usual because I feel like I'm usually the ones like we've earned some fun, but like I'm having a real hard time kind of getting there at this point.
Hmm?
We like food, is what I settle
It's
on.
been way too long since I've heard music besides my own.
Yes, yeah, we need to do this for Lucy.
As an artist, I need to, know what's new and happening in a new area. I've never been to this place. I'm very interested to hear what the musical tastes are here. Trying to come from like a very like studious, like trying to sound more professional. Then I'm just like, I just want to go and drink and have fun.
It would be nice to have a meal that's not cod, crab, or lobster.
This is a
Yeah.
seaport town. I'm not sure we can avoid that.
Enough coin
I'm-
says that I can avoid that.
I'm sure there's actual food from the inland here somewhere.
Only one way to find out, right?
Sure. Reed, out of character, I just wanted to ask, have we taken a long rest since that battle?
You
It's
have.
been 20 days.
have. Yes.
I just wanted to be clear.
Either that or it was
Maybe
the worst not long rest you've ever
Right.
taken, and most of you need to make a sanity check for blackness.
right, yeah. I just
Yeah.
wanted to be clear because
Yeah.
he could have said,
Vale
well, I
has
don't know.
slept in
Roll
20 days.
Constitution. If you slept.
I mean, that's a fair point. That is a very fair point. This is also your opportunity as you pass through the area. You do notice there is a market or two here that sells both goods from Faerun at reasonably high prices, as well as locally made weapons, some of which may or may not be of higher or lower quality. depending-
Crossbow bolts. I need crossbow bolts.
Perhaps walk through the market on the way to the Blue Oyster, was it?
Shopping.
Blue Barts?
Blue
You don't need
Barts.
to convince me. Actually, yeah, no, Lucy will go shopping. Yeah.
Hey, what was it with the Hellfire back there? You were walking around like fully cocked, not half cocked. And I gotta say, I like that attitude back. When we were on the beach.
And Luciano, because like when he gets a little angry, like he loses it a little bit. Like when the Hellfire comes out, he's a little like not 100% there. So he's like, "What? What are you talking about? We just bought some creatures. What? Was it?"
The swagger, the smell of brimstone.
Oh. And like I get a little self-conscious, and I'm like, I immediately like look at myself. Like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I don't know. It just it happens sometimes. I don't even really mean for it to.
Well, whatever it was, keep it up.
It's like a very like unsettled smile. Like, yeah, okay.
Are you walking through the market? Are you leaving to go to Blue Bart's and walking through the market? As you walk through the market, you guys bump into a red-haired armored figure.
And I kind of like stop and I stare.
Me?
Is it bright red hair?
It's not bright red hair. It's red, blondish red hair, and full beard, and he looks familiar. It is the paladin-like character that you guys had bumped into earlier. Where did you bump into him? Should you remember?
Nightstone?
It was Nightstone.
Bump into a lot of people, a lot of places. Okay, be specific.
And he kind of looks at you guys for a minute, cants his head, and then goes back to whatever he was looking at. He was kind of thumbing through some of the trinkets.
Who is that?
I elbow Tertia.
Tertia, it's fate. You have to go say hi.
What are you talking about?
You keep bumping in. It must be true connection. I don't know about love at that point for you two, but you gotta at least go say hi. Come on, go.
I think we should be more concerned he might be following us.
Well, only one way to find out. Go talk to him.
I really doubt he's following us. Tertia, we had no idea we were coming here.
Where did you meet him
We
at?
got brought here by sea elves too.
Where'd you guys meet him at?
How else do you explain the fact that this is the second time we've seen him?
Turn to Vale and I just go because Luciano
third-
is literally clueless.
third time.
I don't know. We run into a lot of people.
We ran into the Nightstone. I spoke to him there briefly. Sim apparently thinks this means I'm in love.
No.
What did I think?
She said fated meeting.
He gets
God,
it.
it's a bullet Vale.
Let's
Alright, elbow
just
down.
get some dinner.
I'm connecting the dots. Are you not?
No.
Nightstone, he's there. We're here for something that is connected to Nightstone, right? I mean, there's no such thing as coincidences.
That seems to me to be a bit of a stretch.
I
wave
during
down.
all this get so sick of Turja like trying not to go talk. I immediately just go up and like tap the guy on the shoulder and I'm
Oh,
like, hey,
God.
what are you doing here, man? What's going on?
He turns and looks. He takes one look at you, Luciano. And he gives you a shove back with his gauntleted fist. Reaches down to his hilt of his sword. What do you want, Spawn?
I wanted to talk, but if you want to fight, and my eyes flicker for half a second, just like, Luciano's in mood right now.
He smirks very large for a moment. I am a
I'm
holy
like, but I'm looking
paladin
for
of
Vale
El
to back me up.
Terrell. My name is Garviel, and you will know it well.
I am Luciano.
What is your duty here, since you're deciding to come up and push your hands on me?
My plan was to say hi and find out what's up, since we were in the same place. Do you not remember us? You had the hots for my friend over there, I think, and I point straight at Turja.
He looks at
Just
her.
sort of hanging her head, like blushing, and just going, "Oh, dear God,
I move
stop
up.
me."
I move up next to Luciano and glare at this guy.
And when I see that, I'm like, all of a sudden I have more confidence. I'm like, yeah.
Vale,
you need-
you know what a fighter can and can't do.
Uh-huh.
And you're sizing this guy up. Make a
Investigation?
investigation check.
Yeah, just a 7.
You're pretty sure this guy could probably go toe-to-toe with you easily. Maybe not all of you, but definitely could hurt you a lot. And you see him, he's not tense like an unseasoned fighter would be. He's loose. He's checking his surroundings. He's checking to see who's looking at who. And he relaxes for a minute. He looks at all of you. All of you. Except for you and you. You two carry a taint with you.
Who did he point at when he said except for you?
Luciano and Vale.
Oh, we're tainted?
There is a taint with you.
I was like, with that attitude, you're the tainted one here, sir.
You are a huge taint.
Luciano does not hesitate to burst into laughter at this man, at that comment. Just straight in his face. He calls you a taint!
He grabs your fingers. Make a no. He's gonna make an attack.
You better be careful. Luciano's reaction's back, baby. He's gonna fucking burn this man.
You start pointing your finger at him.
Yeah, no, I'm just laughing. I'm like literally
All right.
bending over because I could not believe Vale said it.
Make an athletics check.
Yeah. Okay.
I can intercept this if damage is going to be done.
I'm excited. Regardless, this is fun. It's a 6.
He snatches your hand and bends it back, and you feel it grip. Right, and he's like, "I would take my words very seriously. You, of all people, know that you made your choice. You smell of death that doesn't die."
Talking about the guy over there. Yeah, he has a boon.
If
And I
I
pointed
see you
at her.
outside of the city, you're mine. And with that, he throws your hand back down and walks away.
I was going to charge to remove that stick up your ass, but I guess I'll do it for free.
I pull out the friends of the.
Sergio, your boyfriend sucks.
Oof.
He's
Just better
not
taste.
my
He's the-
boyfriend.
He's the
I do not-
ex-boyfriend.
Have a boyfriend.
He's the
Also,
ex-boyfriend.
Luciano, what taint?
I kind of look. I was like, it must be a tiefling thing. I don't know.
I'm guessing it definitely has nothing to do
Do we
with...
roll bluff versus deception check here? Perception versus deception?
Insight?
You want to
Insight.
make an
Go
insight
against my
check?
deception?
Yes.
Go ahead, make an
You want to go
insight
against
check.
my deception?
And then you guys go ahead and make a...
Apparently, that's a losing proposition today.
25.
yeah, I buy it.
Luciano, you can tell her what she figures out.
Luciano looks completely like oblivious. Like, I don't know. It must be because of my horns.
Clearly,
And I
the
just start
man is
polishing them.
racist.
Yeah.
Seems
I
legit to me.
just think he's a. I pull out a rag and I just start polishing my horn. You know?
I take out a James journal and I turn it to a clean page and I write kill list on it and then I put his name at the top of it.
Do I see this? Wait, he's taller than me. Maybe I don't.
One
Yeah, I'm right
thing-
next to you when I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, I look. I kind of like look over your shoulder. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Vale, during your journeys to and from Candlekeep, you did travel through Baldur's Gate, but you've also traveled in the surrounding countryside. You are familiar with the Holy Knights of El Turel and what they stand for and everything else. Tieflings probably don't want to stay in town in that area. Just not very welcoming to anything that might have something related to demons or devils in any way, shape, or form.
Understood. I have no sympathy for this guy choosing to come to a, city like this and drop that attitude.
No common sense sometimes for some of these folks. In the meantime, going through the market, they have all sorts of everything you could possibly imagine for 50 gold pieces or less. A very few items that are over 50 gold pieces, if they're normally 50 gold pieces in the market. However, everything is a 20% higher price. So if it's normally 50 gold, add 20% to that. That's what you pay here for it. With the exceptions of various leathers, plant-like materials, and certain trade goods you can get at a 25% or 30% discount, depending on what the trade good is. Those trade goods would not be things that come from Toril or Faerun. Those would be things that would come from Mestique and bean juice, for example. Certain leather pelts, for example. A variety of artworks that are local, or statuettes that have probably been pillaged from local stuff, if not manufactured by the locals themselves.
Very cool.
I need crossbow bolts.
Oh, I probably should get some arrows. I'm kind of low.
I look at my spell components pouch, and I'm just like, yeah, I could probably pick up a couple things.
So, floating through the market, you can pick up whatever you need. I'm not heavy negotiations unless you're going to try to negotiate pricing. You're just going to pay a 20% premium. That's all I need to know. If you want to negotiate, we're here to negotiate. I will create market people left and right for you to meet. I just need to know that that's what you want to do. Otherwise, just mark down what you need to do and add that 20% kicker in there. So, and Sim, you do now have 2 hand axes, one from the creature that pulled it. It's a nice ornate hand axe. It obviously came off some pirate somewhere that they took down, but not. It's not fancy. It's not magical. There's no silver filigree or anything magical on it. But it's a very nice hand axe. It's very functional.
Sweet.
That being said...
Oh, hey, real quick, Bill, do you want your sword back?
Do you have room to carry it? Is that something you would want to use? I'm still attuned to it, so I can call it to me if need be, in case you lose it.
That's cool. We can talk more about this later. That seems like a fun discussion for later. Absolutely.
All right. Is there anything unique above 50 gold pieces that you guys are looking for?
Unique? No. Is there, what object is there that could start like a lighter? I want a lighter, but I want it to be like, I don't know. Is there matches? Is there...
So there is tinderbox, flint and steel, and then there is things you can buy from gnomish tinkers.
I don't know.
Lantern, who have come to set up shop.
Is there any here? So they have set up shop?
Oh, there is. There
okay,
is.
Yeah, I want to go find one that has a lighter.
Okay, so you roll into a gnomish TikTok shop. Lantanese in make. So there's all sorts of different mechanical whoosy-whatsits. But one of the things they have is something that you spin the gear on, and it works a flint and steel and burns oil that is inside on a wick.
Oh!
Ding.
You are some crafty people. This is amazing. How much for one of these?
Here that's 1 gold.
Say less. And I just kind of like blink, flick it at him. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Because I feel like I missed it. And I'm like, oh, here you go.
Thank you. There you go. Just make sure you keep the wick dry if it's not in use, and keep the oil in there. It will run out. Just make sure you refill it periodically with oil.
Oh, much appreciated.
Mm-hmm. A single vial of oil should fill it about 35 times.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking to see if there's anyone selling like maps of the interior, that type of stuff.
So there are people who are selling maps of various different things, including maps to the secret city of gold, if you will. Make an insight check.
Yeah. Insight coming in. 12.
Okay. So yeah, after you get through a couple guys that are obviously scammers that are making like pseudo maps that are probably going to lead you to certain death, you do find a couple reputable guys that appear to have some maps leading to various different areas to trade with Tabaxian. They're trade maps, and they're not trying to sell you any of them. They're like, look, these maps have worked. We use these maps ourselves. As you can see, the paper here is not paper from the the Baldur's Gate. This is paper that's made from plant life here. There is a paper maker down the way, the Tabaxi, but these are the maps of the area. Now, how accurate are they? They're accurate enough. They're not perfectly surveyed maps, but they'll get you from point A to point B with relative ease. Just beware if you go too far off the map. Can't tell you what's there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll look to buy one or two, kind of like a larger area one, and then see what they got.
Okay.
Just to familiarize ourselves with the general region, so when we start talking other stuff, we have an idea where it might be.
So smart.
Okay. Okay. So the question then remains, what other maps are you trying to look at? Oh, there is a map of New Baldur's Gate. It'll help you just navigate the town. Lots of people sell versions of those. They're literally like black and white stamped. They've already made an engraving tool to just stamp it. They crank those out because people come and people go all the time. And now you found yourself standing in front of Blue Barts. So from here, what do you want to do? As you go up to Blue Barts, it is a 3-story stone building that is of the locals. It is had a number of different things added onto it that are not from the locals. And there apparently is a rooftop drinking establishment. But the first thing you notice as you walk up is 3 guys, very drunk, of various different states of torn up clothing and blood, being shoved out the front doors, head first, by some burly, what can be described as half ogres. And stay out. And rowdy music is coming from within.
Oh, this place is gonna be great.
Lucy is very looks at him and tries to hide a smile.
I frown at the 3 bodies that just got kicked out of the bar, and I just say, "I see."
See, no, that's a good sign. They're keeping it regulated.
And keeping the
Right.
losers out.
Yeah, only cool people.
Happy to lead the charge in.
Yeah.
Okay, you charge in, and inside there is a loud band on a stage. They are playing what can only be described as a mixture of both familiar instruments and local instruments, and it's a complete tabaxi band. It is rocking it out, and they are singing with a variety of flair that appears to be a mix of both common and local language, tabaxi language. The bartenders and most of the staff are tabaxi. The people in the establishment are a wild mix of people from all over, including skin types you haven't seen before in your life, because you just complexions or styles of clothing and cultures from all over the world are here, and they are partying. They are having a great time. There are people dancing in the middle of the area. There is stairways going up to different floors, and people are here. Getting inside the front door, Sim immediately sees, bar, and I'm assuming you go straight in. And oh yeah, Luciano, you probably see the same thing. Turja, Vale, and Rafe, make perception checks for me. You guys are a slightly different type of focus on some of this stuff. Vale's 21. 8. Rafe's a 5. Rafe, you can't help but notice that Sim is off and is in full party mode. This seems like a bad idea, and yet you are taken with how Sim saunters up to the bar. Turja, noise makes it hard to see. For some reason. Yes, Luciano.
You finish what you're saying, and then I have a question.
Okay. And Vale, you notice at the side of the wall, there's a variety of different, like, wanted posters, want ads for various different jobs, and of course, various different types of scammy, snake oil, salesy kind of different things. Luciano, what do you do?
So my question being, we were together on a boat for 20 days. Am I still assuming I don't know about Sim and Rafe?
I think you'd have to be very, very oblivious to not know about Sim and Rafe at this point.
Make an investigation check, Luciano.
Can we all make an investigation check?
No, just Luciano.
Oh.
I'm just curious.
Luciano being oblivious to the relationship is kind of funny.
You still don't know, Luciano.
Yeah.
Still haven't figured it out.
Okay, yeah. All I'm doing is going up to the bar. I kind of activate my tattoo, mug in hand. Can I just get one quick fill, please?
What are you having?
What's the cheapest thing on tap?
Well, we got some monkey piss.
I'll take a single glass of monkey piss, sir. I'll be back for more expensive stuff as the night goes. I just need to get a quick, cheap buzz. You know what I mean?
Sure, that's 3 silver. Which you hear that and you're like, what?
I'm also rich,
That's expensive.
Oh, for monkey piss? What's the most expensive on tap?
We've got some imported elven wine and some dwarven hard spirits.
How much for the wine?
Well, the golden bubbly is about 300 gold for a bottle.
Lucy, how about a game?
Game. Hold on, sir. What's the game?
Okay, I pull you aside. Arms over.
Okay, hear me out. We start a tab.
Let's see if we can get someone to pay for it by the end of the night.
All right, you got it. I'm in. And like immediately, it just like a wave of excitement rushes over Luciano.
You want a tab?
Yeah. What's like a mid-size? I'm thinking like I'll start with something 50 gold range, just mid.
Well, we got some two-nose ale. We got some Mirabar and red.
I'll take the red.
All right. Let me get you a Mirabar and red lager.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and I take my mug back. And the game is on. I'm scanning the bar.
Okay.
I'll
And
do
a brusque tabaxi mixes your pours your drink and pours it on over.
I order the same thing, and then can you put the tab name under Vale, please?
Vale, that's the name of your group.
Yep, that's the person. Yep, Vale.
All right.
We are the Veil. Yeah.
The Vale.
Is that he asked you to spell that in common? VALE.
Absolutely.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. And please stick out your hands.
What?
Well,
I purchased a wooden hand.
Yeah.
You want
Why?
a tab, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to stamp you.
Okay. I put up my not wooden hand.
Yeah.
He takes out a rubber thing. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here's the deal. You can't leave without that stamp being removed from your hand.
Okay.
That's your tab. That ensures you pay your tab.
Absolutely.
If you try to leave before we get that off you, and by the way, we have the only thing that'll remove that ink from you.
I'm already.
No,
Yeah.
it stays. It's stuck.
Like
It's
under the
instant
bar, I'm,
dry.
like,
It
rubbing.
locks into your hand. It's there. Once you pay your tab, we put something on there. It'll come right off. But that's all there is to it.
Thank you for explaining.
No problem.
So we gotta get to work.
Hey, owner's on the top floor.
Immediately, I'm like, shit.
Owner's on the top floor. He's in a pretty dapper mood today. You head on up there, you might even get a few free drinks, but don't party too hard with that guy. He's pretty wild.
Upstairs.
Yeah.
3rd floor, rooftop.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, If he challenges you to a rooftop drop, I don't recommend you accept.
You're so kind. My goodness.
Well, we like repeat customers, not dead ones. Anyway,
Hey,
have a great day.
and I kind of like look at Sim and I like kind of inch my way towards the rooftop and like I'm trying to race her there, like.
Vale, what are you doing?
I'm taking this time to organize and catalog the wall of posters and stuff
Oh yeah.
from like
Join the
legit
expedition to find the Golden City.
looking- I'm kicking into full librarian mode here, so I'm going from like I don't know chronological. I'll organize it in some logical way, and anything that looks interesting, I'll use my cantrip to make a copy of to keep a flyer for ourselves.
Make an investigation check for me.
With pleasure. A 14.
Ooh, okay, so you notice some news articles have been posted, a few things there.
So sorry, actually,
good.
I would have boosted that with a D6 from my other cantrip since it's
Go ahead and do
intelligence
that
based.
for me.
20 then.
30-20. Okay, well in that case, you go through a few various different news articles. There are some wanted posters, no familiar faces, obviously, but people who've done various different types of petty crimes and murders in town, and probably skipped out to the jungles and have escaped. There are even a couple tabaxi that are on wanted posters as well. You also notice the news reports from the various different things that are talking about, expedition never heard from again. There's a few of those. But what catches your eye the most is tabaxi refugees spotted leaving from the west. War with City of the Dog People waged. Tabaxi fighting a running battle in the jungles. And the problem is that all of this, and you go through some of the other notes, and then apparently like 3 or 4 months before, there was some sort of massive explosion in purple light shone straight into the sky briefly, which then turned to green and disappeared in the middle of the City of the Dog People and could be seen from up to several hundred miles away, throughout the mountains and stuff. Since then, the quote-unquote dog people have been attacking into tabaxi territory that surrounds it. The tabaxi themselves, have reported that the dog people have become monstrous and horrible, and they eat whatever they capture, and seem to have, taken a big backward step in terms of their civilization. You also uncover a few things about ships going to and from, and cargo being sold, and people showing, hey, looking to make your mark? We'll show you how to do things. Just buy our quick guide on how to buy, trade, and sell for Maztica. Sound familiar?
Aztecan pyramid schemes.
Yeah. And then there's, of course, things about joining the Gond Brotherhood. And, of course, the Dawn Father's light. Come join the Dawn Father as he brings his holy faith and son to the people of Maztica. Yeah, this sounds like a really bad idea, but it doesn't sound like something that they're not going to do either.
Any research expedition notes? Something that seems like I or my mom would have been involved with?
There was the area you were excavating was in Dog People territory.
Okay. All right. So I'll compile like a copy of the greatest hits here to show to the rest of the crew later.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a wanted poster, I'm going to choose one of the wanted posters and do like a partial copy on it and put in the paladin's name using my calligraphy ability.
Okay,
And
so you're going to kind of
sort
like Photoshop in the face a little differently
Yeah.
and put wanted Garviel.
Yeah.
Okay. You never got his last name, so Garviel, you put the picture of. What's he wanted for?
Racism.
Extreme racism and bad
Bad manners.
Personing. Bad
Just make something
personing.
up and
Yeah.
say he killed someone.
Ray, from your experience dealing with the Flaming Fist, that doesn't sound like something that they're really going to chase somebody down for, because they're probably the biggest proponents of it themselves, because they're terrible human beings.
For money, they might.
I am
Ah,
not
true
sure
story.
that this is going to get the attention that you hope it will, then. You might want to try something like high crimes and treason against the state.
Okay, I'm putting down what he is saying.
Okay.
And
Turja-
embezzlement.
Turja, what are you doing at this time?
I'm looking around for any sort of snake tattoos or harp symbols. On the off chance. I know it's not likely, but I figure it's worth a try.
Make a investigation check.
22.
Nope, don't see any.
I didn't think so.
So Luciano and Simmer racing upstairs. Rafe, you see this happening. What do you do?
Do I see anyone following Luciano and Sim?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
Ooh.
This place is packed.
Sure. And I am bad at perception. So,
Nope. Don't see anyone.
okay.
Don't see anyone. What you see is Luciano and Sim both with steins in hand or tankards in hand, racing upstairs, smiling and giggling the whole way, as they are known to do. Exactly like that. And that's it.
Okay.
Luciano and Sim, you get to the second floor. There, the music is still playing from below, and it's a little more subtle. It's not as loud. It's still loud, but it's not as loud. There's more chairs to sit around up here than there is down below, but there is still an open air area near the bar that people can see. And then there's another stairway going further up.
I'm not seeing anyone bossy here. Are you?
No, nobody here looks that bossy. Honestly, it's kind of a letdown. Up.
Someone over there?
And as soon as you look
Oh.
away, I run.
Yeah. I'm like, what? What? Ah!
And she is bolting up the stairs first. You get to the top of the stairs. There is a makeshift door that has been built into the stone frame of this building. It is easily openable. It opens right up into bright sun. And you both go in. The door is closed behind you. And there is lighter, more entertaining music playing. But there is drinking songs being sung. And there on the top of the bar is a tabaxi with blue-gray fur standing. Rapier at his side, bandolier of what can only be described as either daggers and or hand crossbolts. Another on his other side is a rather master-crafted, double-barreled, double-tubed hand crossbow of some sort, and a happy face, along with several other tabaxi women that are singing in harmony with him, and he is just finishing off a loud, raucous tune where everybody's going, "On by your Willie," and that's it. Like you cut the tail end of that, and that's and everybody's like, "Yeah, all right, drinks all around for all of you."
Oh, And I quickly down mine. Yeah, drinks all around.
Okay, Lucy, what's our plan?
Lie?
Given. Are we trying to get him to pay our drinks?
The boss man? Yeah, easy. Or waive it at least.
Wait it. Do you want to be you or do you want to be someone else?
Me? Who's better than? Oh, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to. Yeah, and I. You're right. And I quickly like turn around like it's like secret, like. I quickly use my hat of disguise to change. I still look like a tiefling, but I changed my skin tone to a more purpley than blue tone. And what's it called? I want to say I've been rocking pretty dark duds, so I'm gonna brighten it up. It's very like pressed, very fanciful musician. Because I'm gonna lie about my my trade. So yeah, just like a very
His stamp on his hand still show up through his disguise.
It does. Unless he tries to hide it.
Sure. I mean, if I'll try to hide it.
Okay. It disappears.
Okay.
And your name?
Oh god, I need a fancy name. And I kind of like going through my Rolodex in my head. I don't have one. I don't have a fancy.
Lewin.
Lewin. Yes. Yeah, Lewin.
Just Lewin.
I'm Lewin. Single name. It's great. I love it. I got this.
Magisters, we need some fireworks. Please.
What?
Give
And
our
I,
audience something beautiful. Blue.
And I quickly
And scare the shit out of the birds.
I
And the
pull out
next
my
thing is-
lyre, and I'm gonna do it for him. I pull out my lyre, pluck a few strings, and prestidigitate some fireworks.
As you do that, 3 wizards in clothing similar to
Yeah, illusory.
this guy's immediately start firing off pyrotechnics, and you do it too. And he's like, yes, even the audience participates. I love this. Love it. No.
Thank you. Yeah.
Turgia, you are surrounded by crowds. You see Vale staring at a bunch of various different papers. Rafe is watching people go upstairs. What are you doing?
I walk over to Val and I say, is there anything there about the dog people?
There's quite a bit, actually.
Oh?
Something went down a few months back, something big, and I started handing you the sheaf of papers as I'm telling you about it. Big explosion, purple light turning to green, and I relay all the information that it was shared earlier.
Purple light. You remember what we saw before we found what we did? That
Yeah.
might be a reference to the individual who ran into in Neverwinter, I should say. I'm sorry.
Conveniently, it's also in the area that my mother back in the day had her expedition.
Well, we're friends together then, I suppose.
What do you think Sim and Lucy are up to?
Knowing
Worry about
them,
us.
Drinking.
We're having fun. Just saying.
I show you the wanted poster I did up for the Paladin. What do you think?
I burst out into laughter and you're a little shocked just because it's so rare. And I say, I would never have thought of that. Good idea. Better we not be on a trail if we can avoid it.
Well, if it looks good, I can make some copies and put it up elsewhere.
Yes, do. And what why I got so taken with Luciano and you? Well, I suppose I knew he just doesn't like vampires, but
Hey. Have. I don't consider myself a vampire.
I didn't say it. I didn't mean to say anything that way. I'm just he didn't like you for a reason, is what I'm pointing out.
He's a racist, but that's not really a crime.
Well, here,
To you.
In Baldur's Gate. or apparently a new Baldur's Gate.
As long as we
I would
don't see him
expect
outside
no.
the city, it's not a problem, I suppose.
I'm pretty sure he's going to try and jump us if we head outside the city, which I'm sure we will at some point.
As long as we don't see him outside the city, it's not a problem, I suppose.
As long as we can get away, it's not an issue.
Look, him being in Nightstone and us being here, it's not a coincidence.
I thought so at first, but Rafe made a good point. It would have been extremely difficult to foil we took here. And he got here before us, most likely, bear in mind.
Yeah, but we got waylaid for a month in the ocean, you know?
Perhaps he wasn't following us. Perhaps he was going to the same objective as we are now.
Yeah, I don't think he was following us. I think he's after the same thing we are.
In our case, we've caught up. Hooray!
Rafe, what are you doing at this time?
I've been listening into their conversation and interjecting. But besides that, which is taking a little bit of my attention, I am keeping an eye on those stairs.
They are full of people going both up and down.
Okay. Do I see anyone who looks... Nope, that's not going to be useful information. Do I see anyone who is heavily armed?
Besides the guards?
Yes.
Yeah, they're almost... So that's the thing you notice. Almost everybody in here, with only a very few exceptions, is heavily armed.
Yeah.
They're even the people who look like they're the daintiest of waitstaff carry bladed instruments that look like they've had some use. This is a rowdy place.
I'm not sure how safe it is to carouse here, given how well armed everyone appears to be.
That being said, all of you are very well armed. And
Fair.
you fit in beautifully.
I got 2 of them.
Perhaps you or Val also go find Luciano and Cimarine and tell them to perhaps keep it keep the party down, I suppose you could say. They
Nobody
don't
to
seem to
find
really
them.
like me right now.
And he pulls out his shell phone. And he...
Transitioning back to Sim and Luciano. You guys are standing up there, and the pyrotechnics have ended. Come down. I love it. Make sure they get the good drinks too, huh? So
Yeah. I'll take the $300 gold one. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
What?
Anyway, hey, sing along time back in just a few minutes. I really would like to suggest that everyone orders some food and tries the various different things, but I highly recommend the cheese and flour and the pork. It is a local pork spiced with our family seasonings. We hope you like it, along with the various different beans. And of course, don't forget to try the black tabaxi. It is a drink that will spice your life and has a nice creamy finish to it. I know you will love it. Anyway, and as he does that, a well-muscled human walks up and says, and literally comes up, pulls a hand crossbow, and draws it down on him and says, time to come in. You know, you gotta pay your debt. And he turns and goes, no, that shouldn't be, especially with the safety still on your hand crossbow. And he stops. The human takes a glance at turns it to take it. And at that moment, in the flash of an eye, the hand crossbolt is knocked from his hand and a blade is up at his throat. Hey, Big mistake on your part, huh? Hey, I understand you're just trying to make a buck. So I tell you what, I will let you live. I will not slit your throat right here, right now. Yes, sir. That's very kind of you. Hey, we're going to play a game. What's that? Hey, it's the drop. What? Yeah, get on the wall. I tell you what, we will both jump off. And if we can both walk, or if you can walk after you're done, you can walk away. If you can't, you can crawl away. But I'll jump with you, because anything you can do, I can do better. Are we doing this? You don't really have a choice. Come on, get on the wall, And he basically starts pushing the blade up to get him onto the wall, overlooking the area. He goes, now hold on. And he pops up. All right, ready? No, it's too bad. 1, 2, and before he says anything else, he turns and kicks the guy right off the wall. And then jumps himself. Everybody's like, oh, at the same moment. And you hear, ah! Well, I guess he couldn't land. I'll be right back up. And everybody scrambles over to look at the wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say immediately to the ledge.
There's this guy who's like, ah, ah, ah. 2 broken legs. Whatever the Tabaxi did, he landed perfectly on his feet. And is already climbing back up a lattice that's on one of the corners, where 2 of his guards are clapping quietly for their boss as he goes back up. All right, that was a fun game. Top drop. And then you feel your pockets buzz as your shell phones ring.
And immediately, because I don't know, I'm like, what is that? Is it you?
Hello, City Morgue.
Rafe, that's what you hear.
Yes, I'm fairly certain that you're not the Seymour, but nice to know.
Well, hi. Is everything okay?
Well, we've been observing things and taking things into account, and we're concerned that this may not be the city for you to.
My legs! Ah, my legs!
Hey, I'm talking.
Hey, can somebody quiet him down? This is so rude.
Carouse in to the extent that normally you two get up to.
What's he saying? Who is it?
It's really hard to hear. There's a lot of people talking, honestly.
I'm gonna. So while she's talking, I'm gonna immediately start walking in the crowd, trying to get an advantage on her, and start chatting with people. You got this.
Yeah, sure. I like hunker down. Okay, is this like a really thing that we should be concerned about, or is this one of those things I can pretend to ignore?
I think you should be pretty concerned. Yes.
Sucks.
Hey, band, you should play. Play.
Just hangs on the
And
phone.
the band starts playing while you're up there. Staff bring over 2 bottles. They're offering drinks.
Oh, hey, thank you. I'll take another one.
Pouring to Luciano.
Yeah.
I would like to go downstairs and pay the tab now. At least my tab.
And with that, we will stop for the evening and we will find out what happens next on Whiskey, Magic, and Distraction. Okay, guys, thank you so much. What do we got coming up? Let's see here. Mike, you want to tell them about Shard Tabletop real quick?
No,
Oh, wait,
because
wait,
I have
wait.
to tell them about YouTube first.
Yes,
Yeah,
tell them about
please.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you haven't already liked and subscribed to our YouTube channel, well, you're here, so you really have no excuse not to do it now. Subscribing is free, and this way you won't miss any of the action, and you also get access to additional content. Remember that your likes and positive comments in the videos help other adventurers find out about the show, so definitely go like and subscribe right now. Thank you. Alex, do you want to tell them about the candles again?
I love talking about candles, so absolutely no problem. Well, our adventure's coming to an end. Yours doesn't. If you haven't checked out Mythology Candles already, you definitely should. They have a smell for every kind of environment backdrop that you might need. I've been burning You're Lost in the Forest, which is part of the D&D collection, which is currently sold out. It has definitely added a fun ambiance, particularly with our tavern dive here at the very end. I have one here to give away as well. But if you haven't checked it out already, be sure to check out the link in chat so that we can support a small business and your favorite stream.
Yeah.
Do they get is there a special thing they type in to get some kind of discount or anything with that?
It's just using our link.
Okay, just use that link then.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry, Luciano. Didn't mean to step on you.
Oh no, I was gonna say, go ahead, Rob. What do we got going on?
Yeah. So, guys, we are working on some things, but we're not ready to talk about them on stream yet. So why don't you just go ahead and follow the link to the Games Tavern Discord, where you can keep up with all the latest on what we're doing.
And
Yeah.
once you've done that, check everything out in there, because the Discord is the place to be. All right, like there's a lot going on in there.
You can also talk to us on there too. We're
Yeah, we're all there. It's a great
Yeah.
place. The winner of the candle, and I don't know what we're gonna do about this, is Amanda G. Congratulations!
Oh my gosh.
Two in a row.
Congrats.
Okay, guys. All right. So tell your friends
I'm telling
Come
you, you're
to
just making it
games.
easy for Amanda.
they can get candles. Don't let Amanda be the only one. You guys can get your friends. But Amanda, congratulations.
Amanda, you will be contacted. I assume we already have your information, but just in case, you'll be contacted. And I hope you enjoy. I hope your house smells like D&D, and it is amazing.
Shard Tabletop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Tell them about
talk Shard. I mean, once again, if you didn't hear me brag about it earlier, it's what we're using right now to play behind the scenes, and it makes everything so easy. From casting spells to determining where you are on a battle map to radius. I don't know if you saw, but I kept putting down different things for my different spell effects, and it's so great to identify to the DM, hey, these are the ones that are affected. It makes the game go so much faster. Not only that, item management in the inventories. You've got all sorts of information right at your fingertips, ready to go. You can build your characters out. You can add new things in really easily. Thank you, Tech Goblin, for taking care of that for us. And it's just a great place to be. So for all of your D&D and other tabletop game 5th edition needs, check out Shard Tabletop and use our code TGTShard20 at checkout for 20% off all subscriptions. TGT Shard20.
With that, thank you so much, everybody. So glad having you here this week. Be sure to hit that sub button if you haven't already. And we'll see you next week on Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction.